welcome to another show, okay? Because this one, we putting all of it to bed, all right? And by we, I mean Abba. So, listen, hold up, stop the goddamn show. I knew Abba would come through, okay? And you know what? This is a pattern I'm starting to notice, especially with the Abba and Preach platform, okay? When it comes to this content creation space that we're in right now, when it comes to a lot of the dramas that we see going on in these spaces, how people get, suckered into one side or the other side, and then they end up believing in a bunch of bullshit, all right? Shout out to Abba and Preach in their platform for at least putting out common sense, okay? Nuance, the perspectives, the full gambit without having to, go and jump into conclusions like they feeling butthurt, unlike somebody else we know that's doing this. And that's going to be quite the focus of today's show because Abba did a lot. I would even say that he put this whole thing to bed. He put this whole thing to bed because what you got to understand, chat, is that when this drama with Fresh and Daisy broke out, okay, we knew Fresh and Fit were going to do exactly what they were going to do, okay? We knew the audience were going to be, making coping excuses for their daddies, okay? And one thing we didn't anticipate on, but we're glad happened, is that their fans are actually waking up. It's so bad that it's starting to get noticeable, even by Fresh and Fit standards. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that half of their team are waking up. Okay, so it's starting to. We're starting to see the beginning of the end where these guys get to just get away with doing bullshit all freaking day, and these guys still backing them. It seems like there's a set amount of pill poppers that has still got what they call a little bit of integrity, okay? What that means to you. I mean, integrity at this point when it comes to these guys is fairly relative. But still, okay, they're waking up, and part of the reason is, like, this is a giant hypocrisy that it's very, very hard to overcome. And the way Fresh and Fit, and especially Myron with his little meltdowns, handled the entire situation, it was bad. It was really bad because what that proved to a lot of the fan base that were calling this kind of bullshit out, it proved that they were right. But most importantly, Fresh and Fit were willing to shame them, lie on them, and ridicule them while they were trying to hold them accountable. And now they've been proven right. This causes a bunch of different things going on because then what their fans are thinking is, well, if we've been saying this entire time, and here's Myron doubling down, and here's Fresh still fucking up, is Myron as good of a person that we thought we were? Now, chat, you guys watching the show, we already know Myron's a scumbag, okay? We know this, but the pill-popping audience still think that Myron is the only one that is fit enough to carry the show, okay? And that's what they're doing. They're saying, get rid of Fresh. We've been telling you, we're not telling you this because we're hating on you, Myron, or anything like that. We see a legitimate problem in Fresh, okay? You guys, Myron, you live to certain standards that you preach, okay? You fuck up here and there, but we can forgive it because you have all this other things going on, right? We can see you're fit. We can see that you're talking about investments, money, even though you got most of your money from your subscribers, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that, right? But still, they see you doing things. Fresh, on the other hand, they don't see the talent. They don't see the talking points. They don't see him contributing anything to the mic. Even when he had this little stupid meltdown, I mean, he was left with the mic alone when Myron wandered off trying to cool his shit down. All right, what did he do? Oh man. That was so real, bro. Oh my God. That's so real. Did you break the TV? It's like, bruh, he's mad about you and the drama you started. You're telling me you can't even be just smart enough to carry the show and at least switch the topics whatsoever, right? So if the fans are saying, hey, dude, this guy's useless, but Myron's coming on and say, no, I'm tripling down, okay? I'm not leaving these people. I'm not leaving them. All my life, you niggas been telling me to get rid of Fresh. Y'all have no idea what me and these niggas been through. You have no idea. Oh, y'all just talking all this shit. I done been through this shit. You wanna say the same thing about me? They said the same thing about me. And now, 2 years ago, you gonna have this old little Asian bitch come over here and do the same thing? How dare y'all? How dare y'all? I'm sick and tired of this shit. You guys who are fucking perpetuating these goddamn rumors, y'all a bunch of fat, triple neck, no neck weirdos. I can't stand you guys. God damn it. How dare y'all? Me and Fresh has been together from day one. I love this nigga. I love this nigga so much. And I don't sit here and judge him. I can't believe this. We had the same thing. All y'all people want me to leave fresh. It ain't happening. These two, this fat ass nigga over here and this fat ass nigga over here, they've been by my side through the thick and thin. I'm not leaving them. So y'all think this one girl can come over here and do something? God damn it. I'm here. I'm possibly queer. I'm not going anywhere. You see these two niggas? They my niggas. I love them. I really love them. All right? Please don't tell me to get rid of them. I need these niggas. I know Fresh fucked up. I mean, you can't do this. I'm getting out of here. Hey, listen, chat. I like how we go from, hey, it was better to save incels, than trafficking victims with Myron's job. But apparently, Myron now hates the people that are criticizing him so much that, hey, he will choose Fresh over you. Yes, Fresh, that guy, the guy ruining the show, ruining the reputation, and of course, destroying his credibility. He would rather choose that guy because of his warped sense of loyalty than you guys. The same people who made him rich in the first place. The same people who built this platform. I mean, again, if anything that shows you that these people don't have respect for you, this is it right here. Okay, you helped them build a platform, and here he is flexing his wealth on you, telling him, "I make 6 figures." Like, okay, so you did it off the backs of your subs. So are all these other pill poppers out here. Your subs help you get there, and now they're helping you, give you advice to move your show in a different direction. Okay, away from Fresh, someone who's ruining the credibility of both. You don't want to do any of that. Matter of fact, you're saying fuck the people who were your day ones to get you here, and I'm gonna stick with the losers, scammers, and conniving bastards. Okay, over you guys. But hey, this just proves I'm loyal. Like, in what fucking sense does that make, Myron? Really? Really? Are you serious? Okay, so Abba, shout out to them, came in and put this whole thing to bed, and we're going to react to it to the most recent video he put out there because he actually interviewed Daisy, and we finally got the truth. And before we get into that, it finally allows me to have a certain conversation about a certain content creator, okay? We're talking about Destiny here because it seems like Destiny, I don't know what's happening with you, but I mean, seriously, you're still tripling down even after the video Abba and Preach dropped? You're going to double down on this? I'm so confused, Destiny. What exactly is happening with you, bro? Like, are you all right? Are you good? Okay, because clearly you were the one perpetuating the baby trapping rumor. Okay, you were saying she's an escort. You were saying all this nonsense about her, which we knew already from the get-go it wasn't true. All right, and to be fair, Album Preach was saying the same thing, but once they found out the facts that she wasn't an escort, she was actually none of these things a lot of their fan base are rumoring her to be about, they stopped. Okay, but all these other guys demanding that, no, she's baby trapping them. Oh, no, she's escorting them. Oh, no, she needs him for a visa. Okay, you guys were proven wrong. But what strikes me that's the most, and it's more alarming to me, is that Destiny is refusing her to just admit that he was wrong. You were wrong in your assessment. You were wrong. She's not baby trapping a dude. Matter of fact, Abba even came on there to have a conversation before he had an interview with Daisy. Okay, now those of us who live in the real world and understand normal relationships, and don't get it twisted, Destiny doesn't know what a normal relationship is. You can just look at his lifestyle and nothing. Listen, you can live your life the way it is, but you don't sit there and put your mind in the heads of normal people and pretend you get it when you're clearly wrong. You were proven wrong, and you still choose to double down on your wrongness. You don't understand people. Look at the people you're hanging around with, and now you're back and fresh over everybody. Like, this is crazy of else. Even your fans are calling you out. Nigga, if you don't slow the fuck down what the hell you're doing, you're going on that track to prove Rolo right, but not in the direction in which you think you're doing, okay? Because Rolo thinks, just because you're finding all this new success with all these big platforms, you're going to fall down. I don't think so. I think you earn where you're at right now. I think your biggest downfall is getting closer to these fresh and fit bozos, whether you're doing it on purpose or you're not. Because, again, What is wrong with just coming out and saying, I'm wrong? I was wrong, and she's not baby trapping them, okay? I'm reading the text now, and I get a better perspective. Because what Destiny's doing, he's reading his messages, and he's doubling down on the perspective he thinks he knows. He thinks he has. And he's saying, no, look at these texts, okay? Well, look at this. It just clearly proves she's a gold digger. It's clearly, I mean, it's all weird. I mean, look how ESL is a big factor here, but still, I mean, just based off face value alone on a text, she's clearly baby trapping them. And even as fans were saying, okay, well, I didn't get the vibes when we were reacting to that. Even Abba had to come in and kind of set them straight, right? Abba came in and said, hey, listen, Destiny, don't you think it might be the other way around? Like, why are you so gung-ho on this baby trap talking point? This doesn't even make any sense. If you read the text, like every normal person will read the text, it seems as though Fresh was on some bullshit. Matter of fact, not even just the text messages that we saw, the voice audio, him basically acknowledging that may be his kid. And then on top of that, the other context surrounding the whole situation, like Fresh taking his girl to go visit his parents, which we all know that is a massive, massive step, especially to a woman when it comes down to doing that. So Destiny, just because you don't have a normal relationship and you can bring whatever jump off girl you want to introduce your parents, some people from different cultures have a little bit more respect for their elders than that, okay? They will make sure that the woman they're bringing to their parents is not a woman that they're just casually seeing or casually fucking as a friend, okay? That just goes to show you. And Daisy's coming from a culture where she perceives that as serious. All these different contexts, which you seem to just push out of your fucking mind and then just double down on the fact that, no, she just wants to baby trap him. Let me guess, next, you're going to believe the Myron's apartment excuse too? I mean, just the fact that this guy, after Abba and Preacher's interview with Daisy came out, and Daisy laid it all out there, Abba was able to understand. We were all able to understand. And I mean, first of all, everybody on this channel, we already knew what the fuck was going on. All right. We're just here doubling down at this point, okay? Because we told y'all so. We told y'all so. I mean, I don't know what else we want to say. Okay. You again, as much as these guys think they understand people, I don't really think they do. And more I'm looking at it, Destiny, bro, I don't even think you understand relationships as well as you do. Because even when after the video, this guy drops another live stream, basically shitting on his audience. Yeah, a classic Fresh and Fit move. He started shitting on his old audience, basically just claiming, oh, well, you guys clearly don't know what a relationship is. I mean, look at his banter back and forth. I mean, I could easily have conversations like this with my best friend. I mean, come on. I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm actually in like a relationship with her. What are you talking about? You go in to shame your audience when they're saying, hey, Destiny, this kind of looks like Fresh knew what he was doing. This isn't a baby trap scenario like you were saying. If you want to go with that, she was stupid, we are supporting you. We agree with that. No one disagrees with that. But the fact you're still tripling down on this baby trapping idea, you're clearly wrong. Instead of Destiny listening to his fans and saying, you know what? Yeah, Abba was kind of right. You know what? A lot of you guys are kind of making sense. Let me go ahead and revisit this and come back. And you know, what does it take? Just a little bit of hurt to your pride? Whatever. It is what it is. You'll bounce back. But no, you're not doing that at all. Matter of fact, I'm starting to think like, bro, what's up? Like your fans are like, what's up, bro? I mean, why start ridiculing them and then making fun of them like they don't have relationship experience? Nigga, what? Like, have you not seen the people you've hung around with? Have you not seen the dramas you've been involved with? Have you not seen the weirdos that have come out of your fucking orbit? And then you have the guts to rail against your audience and act like you know about people better than the people who watch you basically demolish yourself over ex-wives, girls in your careers that you shouldn't have been around there, right? Y'all remember how he was speaking so highly of Live? Oh, Live is so smart. Live is so great. Live is this, that, and this. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, Melinda. Oh, yeah, she's this and that and this and that. She's so great, right? And then come to find out, anybody could have known looking at Live and the content she puts out, she's a walking train wreck ready to happen. The fact that you didn't see that, now you're sitting here trying to lecture us about character. You want to lecture us about judgment? Who the fuck do you think you are? Listen, bro, I think the sooner you come out and double down, or not double down, and stop doubling down, okay, the better for you, okay? Because especially around the time where Fresh and Fit are going through this massive L, you don't want to be swept off in that wave. But that's just me, my little rant, and what I observed so far going on since we've took a little break to observe this, okay? So without further ado, let's get into the first video of Abba confronting Destiny about his take. Now, remember, his original take with Daisy, because Destiny did have an opportunity to speak with Daisy, and it wasn't the greatest. Matter of fact, I seem to see the conversation ending in a way where he was calling her a subhuman scum or scumbag or whatever it is, whatever, really going in on her character, right? So Alba confronted Destiny about that to try to get him to see the other side, that could it possibly be that this girl was just stupid? Maybe that Fresh was doing what he was doing, right? Why, Destiny, why all of a sudden are you taking Fresh's side over everything when he has a long track record of lying? What is going on, right? So again, we're gonna watch this, go over this. We're gonna go over the following Abba's interview with Daisy, and then we're gonna go back to Destiny doubling down. And you're gonna see the kind of nonsense I'm talking about, because again, it's not looking good. So let me go. Whoa. Before I bring this up, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all being here, but we got to get through the most important part of the show. That's you guys, and more specifically, the YouTube like button. All right, you guys. I appreciate y'all being here. You guys can be anywhere in the world. A lot to me, okay? So please don't let your time be wasted and sponsor the show. You guys are the sponsors of today's show. How do you do that? Well, it's easy. Just go ahead and hit the like button below the screen. That's it. All right, let's go ahead and get this video up and running.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That doesn't sound like baby traps. It sounds like he knocked up a chick, right? And
he did, yeah. But I think
so. The guy he's first talking to, he's a spineless. I don't know who he is, but he sounds spineless to me. Because it seems like when because he's having the opinion right now. Hey, I looked through it. It seemed like Fresh just got her pregnant. It doesn't seem like a baby trap to me. But then Destiny triples down. He triples down on this point. And then the guy backs off because he's a spineless weirdo. He's like, oh, yeah, I guess it is kind of baby trap when you think about it. All right. Yeah, Destiny, I don't care how much you think you're making logic. Okay. You're still not making sense.
What do you mean? I think that was like her goal the whole time. Like she's
Why?
like, she's 28. She seems pretty sophisticated. She's got like Instagram pictures of her going over the world, spending a couple weeks in Dubai, doing stuff like that.
Hold on, real quick. Are you actually fucking with me? You're not doing this on purpose?
No, I truly do think that she was. I think this was the goal. I do.
And let this be known. And this is why I'm so disappointed. He thinks just because she takes pictures, she's being flown out, she's somehow mature. Since when have we saw Insta thoughts online and thought that they were mature people just because we see pictures of them flying around and in all these fancy places and restaurants, huh? So again, it seems like a lot of Destiny's bias, which it's absurd that he doesn't see, is based off of her looks, the way she looks and her lifestyle. That's it. Just the fact that she travels the world and she has a body, all right? All of a sudden, yeah, this is intentional. I mean, come on. With no basis. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck? I thought you were smarter than this.
That is not what I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about how your audio is completely cutting out in Discord. Completely. For like 2 seconds.
Who wants to come? Who wants to be the box around
signal? But it all of a sudden, we'll find out soon. Who can I trust? Let's see.
This guy. Do you trust this guy?
Which guy? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, Abba?
Hello.
All right. So, okay, baby traps. Keep going.
Yeah, she seems like a pretty sophisticated person. She's traveled a ton. She's 28. She's done a lot of work around the world and stuff.
Okay, did you hear that, Abba, or am I retarded?
She seems like, oh no, you're also retarded, but still, Destiny's acting retarded too. He's going half retard, about the borderline full retard. But you think just because, okay, she's 28, she's flying around, she looks like she has her life together. You don't think she's capable of making stupid choices? Is that your paradigm when it comes to how you view women and what potential relationship types they're going to be? Is that what it is? Is that what you're basing all of this off of? That's crazy to me.
You can say it didn't happen. Hello?
Man.
I thought I could count on this guy, and he's fucking trolling too. How is it dual trolls?
Kongru says, he says, when did Chinese chicks start getting curves though? I think she works with the top plastic surgeons in China. She's mentioned that before, right? She's worked with plastic surgeons in China, so I won't be surprised if she's augmented herself. More D with the 5 says, even if she's all those things, Fresh had consensual relations without protection. She didn't say she was on birth control. Who baby trapped who? Exactly. Everyone is just seemingly giving Fresh a pass and not holding him accountable. And that's the most frustrating thing, especially coming from the guy Destiny, who literally just ran rough shots through the entire red pill space. He debunked everyone So it's just crazy how he's doing a 180 now and say, Fresh. I mean, I don't want to seem like I'm dick riding Fresh, but I mean, she's clearly baby trapping. Are you? I thought you did research. I'm sorry. I thought you like to put together nuances and look at the full context. For as long as these red pillars have been taking you out of context, it's shocking to see you employ the same moves. It's like, who's baby trapping who here? He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. Don't let Fresh off the hook. Shout out to Brian Scotty GLL Harris with the 5 says, keep dropping knowledge. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to you.
I don't. It's not me.
It is you.
I don't care about the audio, bro. And it's clearly not Destiny. It's that whoever is calling. That's what I'm saying. He's
Destiny, you can hear me, right?
Let's move over here.
Yes, I'm here.
You can hear him? All right.
Come on now. Let's get it.
One more time. Listen, Abba, I want you. We're hearing if his mic cuts out or not. It could be my shit. I don't think it is. Okay. So he fucked the chick and she got pregnant. Why is that a problem? More than normal.
I don't understand. I mean, they don't want the kid. What are you asking? In
Both of them don't want it?
I don't think she gives a fuck much about it. It seems like she just wants his money, and he definitely.
How? What do you mean? The fact that she wants to keep it. I mean, where are you getting that assumption that she doesn't give a fuck? It's just about the money for her. Like, again, can somebody answer me this question? Where is he getting this assumption for that she just doesn't want the kid? She just wants the money. How? You just jump into conclusions with no facts. This is the most confusing thing about Destiny right now.
It doesn't want it, so.
Okay.
No, what happened was this goofball promised her the world. And then after things fell apart, she ended up finding out she was pregnant by him. And I think now there's just a lot going on. But to me, this is not baby trapping. I don't think it's baby trapping. When you promise someone you want to be with them, you want to have kids with them, et cetera, you introduce them to your parents and all this stuff, and you're nutting in them raw. That's not baby trapping. I'm sorry.
Well, she's also
Abba with a base take here. Abba pretty much has the exact same take we had the first time he saw the receipts, right? I mean, again, which is like, yo, Destiny, common fucking sense, my boy. Are you this butthurt? Like, what's going on? Common sense. It doesn't look like a baby trap. Fresh knew exactly what he was doing. She said. She warned him multiple times. She's not on birth control. And she says, because of her religion, she's telling him, I will keep the baby if I end up pregnant. Fresh still nutted in her raw. So how is this a baby trap? How are you going to double down on this? So clearly Abba gets it. All right. Right off the bat, thank you for being the voice of reason here, because apparently we can't count on Destiny for this scenario.
You're nutting in them raw. That's not baby trapping. I'm sorry.
Well, she's also getting nutted in raw by a guy that she's known for 3 or 4 months.
Oh, she's an idiot. Absolutely. But that's not baby.
Yeah, but the reason why I consider it baby trapping is because it seems like everything is kind of flowing according to plan for her, and the priorities right now are exclusively financial, even to the detriment of the child.
Hence the word, it seems like. Nothing concrete. It just seems like everything's falling according to plan for her, right? The girl that has a career working as a model and a fitness trainer and working alongside top surgeons in China, comes here, gets knocked up by a guy she thought she's in love with. And then the guy dumps her, and then he is railing against her online. But no, this is all going according to plan for her. Somehow, in Destiny's mind. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Are you fucking stupid? Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Which feels kind of
sure,
like,
but that's not flowing according to plan. It sounds like this guy was making plans to like be with this girl forever. From everything he was saying, he introduced her to his family in Barbados. And took her all the way out there. Like, that doesn't sound like baby trapping. That sounds like you're literally trying to be with somebody.
I mean, he probably liked her. That seems to be pretty obvious. I agree with that.
That's a little bit more than like. You introduce them to your parents, and you guys are out here talking about having babies and private messages and all that stuff. That's a little bit more than just like.
I think it would depend. I would have to see interactions like that. Like, I
would have to, bro. What do you mean you have to see? It's out there already. Fresh was literally future faking her. He was selling her a dream that wasn't true. That made her a little bit more less careless. Right, or more careless, right? That's what it made her. So she allowed him to do it because she was under the perception that she was in love, and he was in love with her too. He was playing games. He's a future faker. Apparently, being a high value man, working hard to get all this money. Apparently, women don't just flock to you. You still are a liar. You still gotta lie. You still gotta employ broke nigga techniques. That's what he was doing. He's future faking her. So again, what context are you not understanding here, Destiny?
I've had random people meet my family just because we've been in the area. They've happened to be there. But it's not like a romantic getaway. So if his parents live in Barbados or whatever, and he's like fucking this chick at sometimes, he's like, oh, you should come down. It's just like, that's
Real
like
quick,
happening.
Abba, did you just
That's not how he said it though, Destiny. He didn't say, oh, just come down. Or, no. She even asked him, why are you inviting me to go go to Barbados, right? And he said in the text message, he wanted her to see where he's from, meet his family, and then also he's got to go grab a visa. He said that. So it seems like the only one operating without context here is you.
hear his voice cut out a little bit or not?
No, I didn't.
Fuck. I'm restarting my computer.
I think that's a bit generous of a read. To me,
I agree with you that it's a little bit generous of a read. I agree with you. It's generous towards Fresh. The only reason why I'm leaning in that direction is because she started leaking a ton of shit and she didn't leak anything that showed a strong indication that he was like, oh, we're going to have children and I want to be with you forever and blah, 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 which I think is a little bit weird.
Okay, yeah. Actually, you know what? Dan's right. You are cutting out.
What? Am I getting trolled?
No, I'm actually 100% serious. You're actually cutting.
Yo, you go with the two shots. He says Destiny seems to show an oddly red pill bias here. I know. I am so confused too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't make any sense. He would be the guy that would be the opposite, right? But no, which is starting to be like, yo, bro. Now it's like, huh? Okay. So are you preaching? What was the point of running rough shots through the red pill? Were you just doing it for clout and grifting? Was that what it is? Grift to get the views? Okay, fine. You did great, right? Now what? You're going to revert back to the red pill? The fuck is this? Like, it just, none of this makes any sense to me. It's like, it does seem like, it's starting to look like a grift to me. That's what it is. All this shit's a grift. Now he's going back. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, I think you might have voice activation.
Yeah, I do. So that's what I would change. I'll check it. Hold on.
Yeah. Voice activation sometimes has like a release timer on when you speak. So, yeah.
Oh, automatically determine inputs. This cuck shit. Oh, sorry, because I reinstalled this. Okay, testing 1 2 test. Okay, hold on. I'm really quiet.
It works really well now.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Dan just restarted his shit. You just sent him to the ethers for nothing.
Yeah, I know. I think the main thing for me is it doesn't sound like this is the kind of situation where someone's just trying to get a baby by somebody and like be a baby mom. Just based off of all of his behavior, it would indicate to me that these two were just kind of goofballs who promised each other a lot and had a lot of pillow talk and all this other shit, and then now the shit hits the fan. There's a huge fallout with somebody you just don't know really well.
I mean, both could be true, right?
Baby trapping, I think of like this is a targeted process. You're asking the person to nut inside you so you can have a kid real quick, and it's going very fast. That's not what this is. I don't know. When you meaning parents and family, to me, that's outside of baby trapping.
Everybody knows this. Like, everybody, strangely, except for Destiny, because his relationships aren't normal, which is like adding to my point. Like, who the fuck are you to judge? You're not even in the same lifestyle as Fresh and Fit. They strictly deal with women. You go both ways. You deal with women that aren't the type that Fresh and Fit deal with. You like more aggressive, masculine women that like to run rough shots over you. They don't. They like women who are more naive and they can manipulate. Okay, so two different things. So you don't even have a normal relationship, Destiny, but yet you're applying your relationship analysis or what do you call it, experience to that. And if it doesn't match up, you're then saying the people who are disagreeing with you don't have the same experiences. Like, are you like, it doesn't even make any sense. It's not baby trapping. A baby trapping scenario would be a hot sauce Drake condom situation where no matter what, even if Drake is taking all the precautions to not nutting this girl by putting the condom on and then using it and throw it in the trash, but the woman, there's still a possibility that she can go in there, grab it out of the trash, and then put it in her. Okay, so he reacts by putting hot sauce in the condom. Y'all remember that, right? We all laughed at Drake, but he's avoiding a clear baby trap scenario because there are people he deals with that would want to take advantage of that, right? But in this case with Fresh, it's not that. Fresh wasn't going through great lengths to avoid nutting in her. He didn't put hot sauce in the condom. He didn't flush it down the toilet. He didn't even use a condom. He nutted in her. Didn't even pull out nothing. Just went straight in, shooting up the goddamn freaking Apple store, whatever you want to call it, right? That's what he did. He knew what he was doing. Unless you're trying to say Fresh is completely ignorant of how baby making process is happening, then what you're saying, it doesn't really make any sense. That's why it's so frustrating. This shit is so fucking frustrating. You're not making any sense.
Like, well, why would you introduce somebody to your parents and to your whole entire family? Like,
Well, I mean, I already said it. Like I said, it depends on the situation. But that introduction, I think, happened literally within a month after they'd known each other. It sounds like they were just going to Barbados, and that's where his parents and family happened to live. So they were just hanging out.
I mean, he invited her. You could have chosen anywhere else to go.
Maybe that was a girl he was good at that point in time.
So, okay, hold up. Let me make sure I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You're banging a girl. You guys are talking about relationship shit and then talking about being with each other potentially forever.
I don't know if that happened. I don't know.
No, it did happen, Destiny. That was part of the evidence she was dropping. Did you even read it? You're over here arguing. Did you even read it? Like, we read it. Fresh was saying, I love you. We read all the screenshots right here. So you are saying the same screenshots she dropped bared no evidence. If anything, it bared the evidence that she was trying to baby trap him. But then when questioned on the context, you're saying, well, I don't know if that really actually happened. No, he was doing that. He was playing those future faking games. She put that out there. So again, where are you getting this from? Yo, Porsche 911 fan, shout out to you. Says, yo, what is up, Duke? I sent the email. All right, facts. I'm gonna jump back into the account and take a look at it. And then I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Shout out to you, man.
I don't know if I believe in that.
Okay. So
I think if those logs were leaked, I would start to change my feelings significantly more on it. If they were having like serious conversations about like a future relationship and stuff, for sure. But the way
attention to what he just said, he said if the future logs came out or more evidence came out, he would be more inclined to change his opinion. Well, little did he know, and we knew at the time, that Abba was setting up an interview with Daisy. And he did that. And a lot more context came out, even solidifying Abba's previous beliefs, which was this isn't a baby trap. It solidified all of that. Just how she was even just breaking everything down, how she didn't even hesitate to provide the receipts. She showed the ultrasound. She showed the blood work. She showed everything. Okay. And even when she was describing when her and Fresh met, like all the feeling, you could see it on her. It was real. All that stuff was real, at least to her, not the Fresh. Fresh was faking it. It was real. So even after all of that came out with Abba's interview, Destiny still doubled down. That's why, like, what he's saying, where, if more evidence came out, I'll change my opinion. He actually doesn't change his opinion. He goes in and triples down on it. It's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I think she made it sound, and the one that she did leak just kind of made it seem like jokey couple stuff, like a picture like, oh, this is how our kids are gonna look, and he's like, LOL, yeah, or whatever. Like, I don't consider that like serious future relationship.
The problem for me is like I don't think Fresh is credible at all in this situation because he's lied about the fact that he spent like thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on jewelry for her. He's lied about because he says he never pays for anything, so that's just how he is. And it just seems like everything that he says publicly is just not true. And everything I've seen from Fresh is a scammer. He seems like somebody who just says anything he has to get where he needs to go. So it just doesn't strike me as really surprising that what she's saying would be true. Out of the two of them, the one with the bad track record in regards to being honest and truthfulness is Fresh, at least publicly speaking.
I agree with that. I agree with everything you're saying there, but I don't need
how you're like some kind of player or all this other shit. Okay, I know how to manage women, but you decide to introduce a woman to your parents and your family, which in Black families is a really big deal. I don't know how it is for you guys, but like I know you just don't bring somebody to a Caribbean family if they're just some jump off.
Bro, so that's facts. And again, that's why Destiny is not considering all the context here. He's just coming from his perspective. He thinks, well, in my lifestyle, I'll just bring whatever jump off brought to my mom and they can meet her because I actually don't value, all that situation. Yeah, you can meet this girl, meet that girl, meet that girl. Let me get my parents involved in my dating mess and drama, right? No. For other cultures, they have a little bit more respect for their parents in that. They're not going to bring some random jump off to their parents and then, have this back and forth going, right? What, you want to give them a heart attack early? What the fuck are you doing that for? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So again, Destiny's not even including other cultures or even other people's perspective on this. He's just thinking, well, in my world, I would do this. So this clearly means nothing. I wonder how that turned out for you. Lay with the 2, shout out to you, says Destiny is bitter because of ex-wife. Likes up, please. Facts. I think like literally the red pill shit is really, even when we reacted to that video where Fresh and Fit were like, yeah, Destiny is part of us now. Yeah, he defended us. He knew. I appreciated Destiny. And honestly, if this was like, if he was doing this on purpose, like meaning he was on purpose being a contrarian just to repay Fresh and Fit for not going in on him when he had divorce, this is even more scummy than I ever thought. That means that we got to start questioning Destiny's integrity, because are you out here to really just talk about truth and whatnot, or are you out here to rub backs? You're gonna rub the back of Myron? Is that what it is? You're gonna rub Fresh and Fit's back because they didn't say anything? They didn't have to. The rest of the red pill were clowning your ass, right? And honestly, you knew what the fuck you got into because they all told you. Matter of fact, you are or you were a daisy. You were a daisy. Let's just be real. But in the opposite scenario, you were a daisy. And maybe this is why it's hitting a little too close to home, and you're outwardly resentful towards her because you see yourself in that situation. But you're a daisy, bro. You did the exact same thing, the same situation. So everybody was clowning it. I mean, again, I leave that to the childish people. We didn't clown it over here because, again, it actually proved the red pill wrong. The fact that your girl left you for discount Ezra Miller, all right, it made sense why the red pill and this hypergamy shit doesn't work because they're saying, well, a woman is always going to leave you for a high-value guy, right? Oh, here's Melina. She's young. She's attractive. She had you. You were rich. You were a millionaire. And now she left you for a guy who's broke and wears dresses. Complete opposite of you. Does that prove the red pill right? No. It proves them hilariously wrong. Okay, so yeah, we reacted to that and how wrong they were on it. But again, most of the red pill, the people you're aligning with right now, wouldn't hesitate to clown you when shit comes to shove. Okay, so again, or push comes to shove. I'm losing my mind here. But again, I'm just saying, it just doesn't make any sense. Let's continue.
That's a serious thing that you're issuing to them and your family.
It's everything you're saying is possible. I'm not saying this is impossible, but I'm not relying on anything that Fresh is saying. I'm just looking at how she's recounting everything and like what she's posted.
I'm not saying it's possible. I'm just saying it's probable.
Not relying on what Fresh is saying. What did Fresh actually say about the scenario? He didn't say anything. That was the whole point. He didn't say anything. So you're not even relying on what he's saying because he's not saying anything. Matter of fact, when he was talking before, everything that came out of his mouth was a proven lie. We even debunked all of that shit. So you're just saying, oh, I get what you're saying, but I mean, yeah, I don't want to fully take that. You didn't even what did Fresh actually say? He didn't say anything about the scenario. All he did, him and Myron and that fake ass attorney, they all tried to character assassinate this woman. That's all they did. Other than that, they didn't say anything regarding this. If anything, it's actually more in line with what Daisy's putting out there right now.
Just based off of tracker. That's the main thing.
But yeah, if I had no other information, I'd believe you, but like all of her behavior has been like insanely fucking sketch. She's not like a 21-year-old dipshit. This is like a 28-year-old
sketch. What's been sketch?
The fact that first of all, the fact that you would be this serious about a guy, like 3 months into dating, you've met his mom 1 month into dating, and you see this guy does a show where he talks about fucking girls all the time and all of this. So we're already kind of, but she could just be dumb or naive, maybe. However, the fact that she's like traveled the world, been flown out to Dubai and all these other places, she was like a professional bodybuilder and is like international. It seems to be, I wouldn't assume this person would be naive. I'm sure a lot of people have tried to proposition her, other things.
Are you stupid, dude? Are you dumb? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. So just because she has this lifestyle that seems as though it's sophisticated enough to know what's going on, people still fall for stupid gimmicks. All right? Look at Bernie Madoff, for example. You had a bunch of people who are supposed to be wealthy billionaire investors who are supposed to know what's going on. These are the movers and shakers of the world. They fell for an obvious freaking Ponzi scheme by Bernie Madoff. It took one journalist to blow this whole shit out of the water. Why didn't it happen sooner? Because everybody fell for groupthink. They believe, no, Bernie Madoff knew what he was doing, and these were perfectly smart people. So are you saying in the history of the world, Destiny, smart people or people who live seemingly sophisticated lives haven't been duped before? Really? Especially if the person, the lie and the dream they've orchestrated has been so convincing? What about Theranos? Theranos got a bunch of investors. They got duped. These were smart people. These are institutionalized investors over here. They got duped by Theranos. Who was that guy with the fake Tesla truck? What was it? Nikola. The Nikola Tusk. It was a pusher. It was one of those pusher trucks. Didn't have no engine, no motor, no nothing. They rolled that bitch down the hill, and you had all these big companies, these big GM, Ford. They're trying to throw money at it. These are smart, CEO, sophisticated, jet-setting people, international, multinational corporations. Fell for some scam, a fucking hollowed out shell that you push down the hill. They invested billions of dollars into that. So are you telling me they should have been smart enough to see it? Well, yeah, they should have been, but they fell for lies. They fell for deception. Again, your argument doesn't make any sense. Molly C with the super sticker, $10 super sticker. Shout out to you. Let's get a dub in the chat for Molly. Chris General Radan with the $10 super chat. Let's get a dub for Chris. Chris says, baby trap implies he took precaution and she tried to get around the precautionary measures. He came in her, so this ain't that. Sold the dream and didn't like that she actually bought it or purchased. I'm sorry. Yes, you're absolutely right. That, again, that shows you how desperate the fashion fit guys, the fanboys, how desperate they are to cover for these people, but also shows how little they know about relationships or even interpersonal relationships at all. They don't know anything. These guys are idiots. A lot of these guys, even y'all who are on Destiny's side, listen to what he's saying right now and think she's spitting fact. You're a dumbass. You're no different from these pill poppers we clown on. There's no nuance. There's no common sense. You're just groupthink. I can't stand y'all. All of y'all. Like, what are you doing? You would think these guys would be smarter than this, but they're not. It's clear evidence. Do you not know what all these sophisticated debates you've been on? You can't understand what a baby trap looks like? Really? I mean, there's a clear distinction with Drake putting hot sauce in the condom as a preventive measure because he knows girls, no matter what, even if he uses a condom, they will dig that bitch out the trash just to fucking inseminate themselves. But in Fresh's case, it's not that at all. He didn't take any precautionary measures. He ran in there raw and shot everything up. That's not baby trapping. It's intentional, but he doesn't like the consequences. So for someone like Destiny, who runs roughshots through the entire red pill, pretty much exposing the fact that they don't hold themselves accountable, is now not holding them accountable. None of this makes any sense.
The fact that she, like, as soon as the pregnancy stuff came back, she already had her gears going in terms of, like, she contacted a lawyer. She started messaging him and calling and recording him, asking him if he was going to take responsibility. The fact that when she went into logistical stream, and then I think he and I asked, like, if Walter wanted to be involved in his kid's life, like, would you, let him figure this stuff out? She's like, no, I don't want him to be involved at all. I don't think that I would ever let him do it because he seems like a horrible man. Okay, but you had a kid with him. The fact that she was asking him to buy an apartment or pay for an apartment for him after they knew each other for like a month or two. It's just like all of this stuff. It just feels like really gross. And yeah.
So the whole paying for the apartment, I don't think that that's weird. If you're saying to somebody, I want to be in a relationship with you, and they live overseas, and you're flying them out or offering to fly them out, you make a lot of money. For people in these circles, that's like very normal shit. In Miami, how many dudes do you think are paying for a girl's apartment because they live in town and they get to fuck them whenever they want? Like, obviously, if you're going to transplant your life, it's not abnormal for people in these kind of spaces to expect that. Everything else you described just sounds like somebody who's like really upset by the fact that they got abandoned by somebody
Facts.
that they thought they were going to actually be with. And it turns out this dude's just fucking everyone else. That doesn't strike me as somebody who's out here baby trapping. That just sounds like
she literally said she knows what men are like and she's okay with the one-sided open relationship and all that. And
but hold up, you're the one who says you don't really believe that shit's common. And I've always told you there's a lot of people who live that lifestyle. You just don't believe it's real. But she was one of those women.
Well, clearly she wasn't, because she got super ass mad at the end when she was like, you've been fucking 4 other women. Like, I hope you got enough child support money for all of us.
No, dude, you are misinterpreting what she was saying. He said she got 4 other women pregnant in the same scenario. She's not talking about child support for all of them. She's talking about good luck taking care of them. And he was telling her she was broke. Again, Destiny, you're not adding context to this. In the text messages, the screenshot, Fresh was laughing. He says he didn't have no money. Good luck. And before that, he said he had to test 4 other women. First of all, say you got to. Do you think a pregnancy test is an STD test? What are you saying? Again, that's how stupid Fresh is. But he said he had to test 4 other women because they might be pregnant. I mean, you would know if you're doing the exact same thing with Daisy. You know how baby works, Fresh, right? If you go up in them raw, they're gonna have a baby. I mean, it's not something you got to test women for. They kind of just know after the deed is done. I mean, what? That part didn't even make any sense. But again, it's like, Destiny, you're not getting it. Okay, the screenshots are there. Fresh knew what he was doing. He still did it. Just because she's a jet setter, IG model, millionaire possibly, okay, does not mean that, again, she's not susceptible to lies. I don't get where he's getting this from.
No. It wasn't that. It's that he was nutting inside of them raw, which she took as it's special with me, but you're doing it with all these other broads. That's the issue. She didn't care that he was fucking other people. She's upset. She's nutting in a bunch of other people.
She even said that multiple times. She does not give a fuck, right? Yeah, as long as he wraps up and doesn't bring anything back to her. And it's a perfectly reasonable request. Hey, if you're going to do what you're going to do and I'm still going to be with you, okay, just don't get me sick. Nothing difficult about that. I don't know where, like, I don't know how Destiny doesn't even understand this basic concept.
Putting them through what she's going through.
No, she's upset because she's worried that if he's got to split child support between too many people, she's not going to get her full bag. Her saying that, like, oh, I've got to stay in the U.S. and I can't work for 9 months, so I hope he accepts responsibility to take care of me. Why does she have to stay in the U.S. for 9 months? I would just say she has no friends or family here. Why wouldn't she go back to China?
Why would she leave? Why would she leave? So just get knocked up by some douchebag in America, and then it's her responsibility to go back to China and burden their government with the responsibilities of an American over here who doesn't want to be responsible. Is that what it is? Or you're not even considering what her parents or the culture might think of that scenario there? Because I'm pretty sure China is not as loving as the West is. Okay, they don't look at single moms the same way as we do here in the West. It's completely different. So you want her to just go over there with the responsibility that Fresh should be taken care of and just stay over there, right? And then just deal with it over there rather than just staying here and trying to get the father to be involved one way or the other. To me, I see this as her fighting. Her not wanting the kid to be in the Fresh to be in the kid's life, she would have just took off, never told Fresh she was pregnant, raised that baby alone wherever she was at. There are women that do that all the time. They get pregnant, knocked up by dudes, they're gone, guys won't see them. 15 years later, the kid pops up at their door. That's how that shit works sometimes. If she really wanted to be as nasty as y'all are claiming she was, she would have never had to even let Fresh know he had a child out there. But here she is, trying to let him know, hey, you did this. Let's figure out what's going on. On top of that, you were pretending this whole time we're going to be a couple, we're going to be, together, and it's not happening. So now I got to hold you accountable. And for some reason, that's some kind of excuse. Well, why don't you just go back to China? What? Like, what? What sense does that fucking make?
Because she wants this guy to pay for it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Her baby's daddy's rich. Why wouldn't she ask for money for that?
Yeah, that's okay. Well, maybe we just have different definitions of what baby trapping and stuff means, I guess.
That's not
Different
baby trapping.
Definitions of baby trapping? How far are you going here? What do you mean different definitions of baby trapping? What are you talking about? Yo, 8box12 Israel 5. Shout out to you for the 5. $5 super sticker. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. Addy People's Wheat Waffles. Shout out to you for the 2. Says Destiny's mad because girls won't call him daddy. Low sexual marketplace. Well, I don't know. According to Red Pill, Destiny's a high value person, right? Shout out to M. Dot with the $20 super chat. Go get a dub in the chat for M. Dot. M. Dot says familiarity breeds contempt. Applies familiarity with FNF. Made their audience more aware of FNF's personal flaws and hypocrisies. FNF's poor handling of their call-in shows grew the fans' contempt for FNF and vice versa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Things were changing. That's when I realized that their fans were not the same. I thought the fans were monolith, right? And I had to eat my own hat on that. I'm like, yo, the fans are actually smarter than that. They're actually understanding the hypocrisies between Fresh and Fit and their advice and the behaviors they put out there. You're absolutely right. Shout out to Arnav Batia. A shout out to you for the 5. Says, hey, dude, I get why people are going after Destiny in this scenario, but it's kind of unfair in how, in general, more people troll him than they troll the RP dudes. In general, the people who are trolling him were the RP dudes. Especially when he was going through the Red Pill arc, the people that were trolling him were RP dudes. They're the ones who were bringing up the gay. They were bringing up the fact that his hair was blue. They were bringing up all these different things. Roll Tomasi, Fresh and Fit. All these guys were going after him. MLD, Donovan Sharp. The Red Pill were the ones clowning him. Now, I'm not sure people on his side that were clowning him, and they probably, I don't know what's going on with the context there. If you can give me those scenarios of people who were on his side, but they were clowning him and trolling him, let me know. But from what I was seeing, it seemed like the people he's trying to back up right now were the same ones that were trolling his ass, like worse. They were calling him racist. They were calling him a pedo. They were calling him a bisexual. I'm pretty sure Sus Marquardt wouldn't have sex with them. There were a lot of things going on. But what's happening now is that Destiny, it seems like he's getting clowned by his own people now, his own chat. I'm not talking about the Red Pill guys that will go into his channel and then start talking shit because it's Destiny. I'm talking about people who are longtime followers. They see the flaws in Destiny's thinking right now. He should be smart enough to just back off and just say, okay, I was wrong. Maybe this isn't baby trapping, especially since Abba dropped that interview. But he didn't. Matter of fact, I'll show you the video right after the Abba's interview. He still doubles down. It's like, What? I don't get how you're still doubling down. So you're mad because your fans are clowning you because they're seeing through the bullshit. They're like, yo, Destiny, just admit you were wrong. That's one of the main things they're criticizing him for right now. They're saying, I love how Destiny still doesn't want to admit he's wrong. These are his fans. And you know what he's doing? He's making fun of them now. He's saying, you guys don't understand relationships, clearly. Like, he's acting like he's the only one that's been in a relationship, been married, and divorced. I mean, what? Anyone who resorts to that tactic where instead of addressing the criticisms, they start attacking their fans, okay, you lost. I'm sorry, you lost. It is what it is. So I don't think it's unfair that people are clowning him for this scenario. The other ones with the red pill clowning him, y'all know we were the biggest defenders out here on this channel. Everybody knows that on this channel. I haven't actually disagreed with Destiny not once until I saw this. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I actually have integrity. I'm not going to go along to get along. That's just not how that shit works. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who he is. Like, you're wrong. You're wrong. It needs to be called out. And his fans are doing it. So why can't anybody else? I don't get it. But shout out to you, though. I get where you're coming from, but you got to see the full picture here. He was being trolled by red pillars, and he's still getting trolled by red pillars. I don't know what he was doing or what he thinks he can gain from trying to garner their support.
Like, listen, if you get somebody pregnant, they don't believe in abortion, or that's not something they're really into. Okay, who knows what kind of conversation they had? Now, I would change my mind if they talked about abortion before.
Sure.
But
and I changed my mind if they both seriously had conversation about kids. If like Fresh was like, yeah, I think if we had kids, like I'm open to it, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, he fucked himself super hard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we do have different definitions of baby trapping.
But I think that I feel like she's like, everything is just so intentional. Like she's moving with like so much purpose and everything. And like the scripting of the call, the leaking of everything 4 days after finding out your
scripting of the call. How do you even know it's a script? Like, where are you getting this from?
Pregnant, the fixation on when she was on Just School Stream and they asked her about it. She's like, oh, well, I know in the United States, the man has to pay for child support if I'm still here in the United States. Like, why would you even, what? The fact that she doesn't want him to be a part of their kid's life, even if he said he would like turn his shit around completely. It just seems like, yeah, she was just looking for a meal ticket and she got it. She got her baby.
Okay. I think my theory that I would probably go with is like these two promised each other a lot, and Fresh obviously pulled out because he was interested in fucking around, and now she's resentful and she's doing what she can to get back at somebody who left her pregnant and basically played her for a fool. Which to me, yeah, that
to me sounds like baby trapping. I guess. What do you think? Is baby trapping like you think you have to start out from like stage 1 to target somebody and go get them? Is that how you consider baby trapping? I don't know if there's like a formal definition with it.
Baby trapping to me is when you approach somebody with a high level of income, or maybe not even high level, maybe there's somebody you want, okay? And you use a child to try to trap them into a situation. That is not the same as you making promises to each other and then talking about a life together. And then he's nutting and you said you raw, knowing damn well like what he's doing.
Do you think that baby trapping has to be done like ahead of time, or?
Well, isn't that what you're alleging?
That's like a weak justification feeling. The stronger one is that like everything that's happened so far just seems to be like she's maybe you wouldn't call it baby trapping, but like she's using her pregnancy right now to just milk him for money. She doesn't really give a fuck.
Again, he's saying she doesn't give a fuck, but what Desi's not considering is the timeline of this. And if he had done his research before opening his mouth, he would have seen, okay, the timeline is a little bit different because we look at the messages before she even made it public. She's been trying to get in contact with Fresh. Everyone just seems to skip this part. She's been trying to call him. Fresh ignores her. Fresh didn't want to talk to her. She wanted to meet him in person. Fresh didn't want to do that. And then all of a sudden, then she says he doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to meet me in person. I feel as though he's trying to get away from this. So now he's going to get exposed. What other recourse did you think she had? See, a lot of these guys are thinking, okay, she just went from, oh, I'm pregnant. Now let me expose him on social media. That's not how that worked. Fresh literally did not want to have that conversation. You guys are completely missing that part of the context. Fresh had every opportunity to keep this shit private. He didn't. He didn't want to address it. And then when it finally goes viral, now all of a sudden, oh my God, what kind of woman would do this? What kind of woman? I mean, if she wasn't trying to do it for money, she would have just kept the shit private. That's what she tried to do. That's exactly what she tried to do. She tried to keep it private. Fresh tried to sweep it under the rug. And when she didn't want that swept under the rug, she made it public. And now they're mad, which is like, why y'all mad? Y'all live your life in front of the camera. Fresh, you vlog all the time. You put your life in front of the camera. You put everything out there. You even bragged your fans that you put your life on camera. So why are you mad now where she's putting your life on camera? Joe, why you now all of a sudden, you guys are all of a sudden mad? Oh, how dare she put us on camera? Like, what? I mean, just, what kind of woman does this? Like, what kind of woman just exposes us like this? Like, what's going on? It's not like we're used to like being on camera and putting our whole lives on there and drama and everything. I mean, what kind of a character of a woman if she wasn't doing it for the money? Why would she just put it on social media? It's like, huh? You guys live on social media. That's it. I don't get it, bro. Aaron with the 7. Shout out to you. Says, Duke, Daisy didn't win Miss Asia. She didn't win any Miss Asia contests in any year. Nah, she did win. It was actually later confirmed that she did. I couldn't find anything, right? And I think that's something that if somebody else interviews her to try to figure out, okay, because there are pictures out there and with her and Miss Asia, so clearly she was at a contest. So maybe we're looking at a different Miss Asia here. There are multiple Miss Asias. I'm not 100% sure because what I thought I had, it was just like pictures of her on stage, but I didn't have like a concrete competition with a page, website, and description, winners and prior winners or anything like that. So I didn't see that. So you're right on that point, Aaron. I didn't see that, but it seems as though after the conversation she had with Abba's also verifying that she's also a Miss Asia winner. So if she gets on another interview, whatever the fuck it is, I'd say somebody ask her that question, like, you're Miss Asia, where was that, and why can't anyone find any other concrete information on that aside from pictures of you on stage? But
talk about the kid.
Thing we can't deny is that she was a pageant contender. So that's one thing that was there. We just don't know what exactly she won. So you're right on that, Aaron. I'll give you that.
She doesn't really give a fuck about him, but she's got like easy money lined up if she can have the baby, paternity test, and then get child support from him. So maybe you don't consider that baby trapping, maybe baby spite fucking or something. I don't know.
So was this woman a sex worker?
Probably.
Like OnlyFans, not necessarily.
I don't know if she has an OnlyFans, but probably escorting. Yeah.
That's the theory. People are not sure.
So yeah.
Okay.
This is where
if she's a sex,
no one knew, and we knew. We were telling y'all she's not an escort. Everyone's using that line now. Even Myron in Fresh, they were telling you she's not an escort. Apparently, after she's pregnant, now she's an escort. But before she was pregnant, she wasn't an escort, right? She even came out there and said, "Hey, y'all saying this? You're defaming me. You're ruining my reputation, saying I'm an escort. I'm not an escort. People put my photos on a fake site. That wasn't me. I won Miss Asia, and they put my shit out there. But I've never once been an escort." And she talked about that with Abba. So again, I don't believe she was an escort. I think that was just more rumors from the Fresh and Fit rumor mill circling around to further discredit this woman. Enter the QB with the 2. Shout out to you. He says, Abba Jr. First words. Think about this. Yo, Abba's a savage. Abba's a damn savage, bro. Imagine this. Yo, freshest kid named after his biggest op. That is the craziest thing in the world. But I will second that. Honestly. Yo, throw it. Hey, listen, I second that. I will help Abba with her legal fees too as well if she changes the kid's name to a little Abba. I'm down for it, chat. I will double up on these live streams. I shit you not. We will go hard if that little kid, because that is an 18 years to life trolling. That is 18 years to life trolling, bro. That kid, every time you look at him, all right, will forever bear the name of your op. That should be, a big lesson. Maybe you should have knock up people online, or not online, or knock up people and then go crazy online, okay? Because you never know what your ops may be capable of. And Abba is a savage, bro. I'm not going to hold y'all. That's crazy. I actually want this to be a reality. I want to join in on this. I want to see Abba Jr. staring back at Fresh all the damn time. I want to see that.
Worker, whether it be OnlyFans, escorting, whatever, I think she knew exactly what she was doing when she was getting into this situation.
Huh? You see how the second guy switched up? So when he first started, before Abba came in here, he was going against Destiny saying, hey, it doesn't seem like it's baby trapping. It just seems like, Fresh nutted in her and got her pregnant. Now, after Destiny has voiced his stance, this spineless weasel is like, I just remembered, I forgot, I don't have any brain cells. Yeah, it doesn't seem like baby trapping to me either. I mean, it seems like it does seem like baby trapping to me, right? So he just switched up. Oh yeah, this does seem like baby trapping to me now that I think about it. Bro, are you living in an echo chamber here? Is that why you're getting entitled as you are? Where you feel as though you have the right to just double down on your lies because people in your group don't want to hold you responsible too? That's very interesting. And shout out to Abba for being the only one who is the voice of reason right now. And he's literally, and he's calling Destiny out way nicer than I would. You already know I'm not nice about this shit. All right. But he's doing it nice, and Destiny still doesn't get it. Right. And now he's warping his little fan base. Now they're not getting it either. They're on par with what Fresh and Fit are thinking. Yeah, she's an escort, clearly. She's baby trapping, clearly. Destiny was right. What? What?
What do you mean?
So she probably was getting with Fresh to baby, like for the purpose of baby trapping him and trying to get like child support money and shit, like from the get-go.
How?
Why do you say that?
Well, if she's like, I've known a few sex workers, they tend to be like, especially like a higher class one who isn't like some like, lot lizard or something. I would think she would be a lot more kind of cognizant and aware of the risk.
But you're not thinking, because you were thinking, you realize she wasn't a sex worker to begin with. I know you know sex workers in your personal life, but she's not one of them. That's why it doesn't make sense to you, you tard. I mean, do you not understand this? I mean, sorry, guys. I know I'm going hard, but I got to give these guys the red pill treatment. All right, I got to clown them the exact same way I'm clowning these red pill poppers, because right now, from my perspective, I don't see a difference. I don't see a difference between these bozos over here. Joshua, shout out to you for the 2. Joshua says, hey, Walker, tighten your ass up. Tighten that ass up, boy. Hey, listen, she got you for 18 years, bro. That's it. You're done.
Risks of pregnancy when it comes to sex?
Yeah, they both are.
So was Fresh just like rolling the dice and not caring if he got this chick pregnant?
Yeah, Fresh is retarded. There's no debate there. Nobody's debating any other angle to that. Fresh is fucking retarded.
Here's the thing: even sex workers want to be in relationships. They want to be off the market. They want to get with somebody who's wealthy and be good for the rest of their lives. Ideally, that's like what a lot of them would like. So, the idea.
Sure, but I will say the turnaround emotionally to this guy's the love of my life to I want to have a baby with him to fuck this piece of shit. I never want him to fucking see me again, even for his fucking kid. And that for all of that to happen in like 4 months for a 28-year-old internationally traveled person, that's kind of wild.
Didn't that happen with you? Didn't that happen with you and Melina? I'm sorry. It seemed like y'all were together, and next minute she flipped on you. Now she was asking for money and whatnot. Now, granted, you said she came and didn't want to do any of that and whatnot, but it seemed like for a brief period after y'all split, she switched up. So why is it surprising to you that after Fresh doesn't want anything to do with her, she switched up? And I like how we're saying that we're blaming her for switching up, not realizing that, hey, the guy that got her pregnant switched up to begin with. The moment he found out she was pregnant, he switched up. So why aren't we covering that? Like, why aren't we putting that in the context? That doesn't make any sense. He got it knocked up. He knew what he was doing. Then he switched up on her. So you're expecting her to just be happy about it? Maybe expect her to wait a year before she can feel angry? I mean, what kind of sense does that even make? Yo, Kenzie with the 2, shout out to you. She says, over 900. Oh, shit, we got over 900. Oh, shout out to y'all. Says, I like the stream. Yes, like is a sponsorship of the show. Shout out to you guys.
It's kind of wild, but it's also not. Like, it's very common to see stuff like that. People love bomb each other. They promise each other everything. They're spending money on each other. It feels very intense and very real. People are impulsive like that all the time.
Hold on. No. By definition, all the time, super common? No, I don't think it's super common that people get knocked up. Internationally traveled people get knocked up by other people in 3 or 4 months. And then
what? That happens more often than you like to realize, Destiny. What the fuck is he talking about?
Like, I don't ever want this guy to see my kid again.
Have to do with this? You keep saying that.
Because she presents herself as this like naive girl, while she's simultaneously getting flown like all over the world, getting fucked by dudes or whatever the fuck else is going on with her.
How do you know she's so? Just because you see her lifestyle getting flown out, how does that have to judge how mentally smart she is? That doesn't. You're judging based off of appearance, which is shallow as fuck, dude. That doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. So you're saying because she has this jet-setting lifestyle, clearly, she must have known better. I mean, she's dealing with all these dudes. Yeah, she's had experience with men who actually wanted to marry her, men who actually want to bathe with her, but She didn't like him, but for some reason with Fresh, she liked. And I'm sure those guys were probably on the same level or probably even more money, had more money than Fresh did. Okay, because she already told you her standards, you got to be a little bit wealthy. You got to meet her at her pace or above. So I'm sure she's had no problem meeting guys like that. So you're saying just because of her lifestyle and the way she looks, therefore she needs to know better? Dude, this is such a cheap talking point. It's not even funny. Yo, Glassy Eye shot you for the 2. Glassy Eye says, guys send messages like that. It's just pillow talk. Unless they're fuckboys, then yes, you're right. They will send you shit, but then now you understand why women are doing feminism, because they're dealing with fuckboys out here who are future faking pillow talkers, and a lot of women get duped. So yeah, you're right, and it does happen, right? But if we're talking about men who don't do that, like people who actually are serious, right? The kind of men that Fresh and Fit were supposed to be training men to be, they're not supposed to be doing this shit. All right? Because again, they teach game. Game is supposed to be getting the woman attracted to you without having to lie to her like that, right? Using your status, using your charisma, confidence to pretty much get away with things. But if you bought those courses and then you're looking at the guys who sold you the course and they're using broke nigga techniques where they're just lying all the damn time, then what was the point of being high value? You can get any girl you want right now. Go to the club, put a fake chain on like Fresh does, and then claim you're a millionaire. You get anybody to sleep with you before they wake up, post nut clarity, and realize, oh, this nigga ain't shit. I fucked up. How many times people they do that all the time? You go to club. The club is where you see the most amount of fronting from niggas that pretending they got it. That's where you will see that nonsense. I won't be surprised if that's where she met him, at the club, because you see a bunch of people pretending to be someone they're not, especially if you're in Miami. Because I got homies that go to Miami. What do? They rent nice cars, they wear nice clothes, right? They live a completely different life because they're there for a week. So they know the lifestyle they got to portray out there, right? Like they got something they don't. They're going out the club, they're doing all that, and all the girls that are down there, that's kind of what they're like, because they want men who are wealthy and things like that, right? Some of them, they're multimillionaire OnlyFans models. Some of them are jet-setting models like Daisy, all right? Some of them are just out there. Some of them are strippers. Who knows? But you meet these kind of girls in the club, these guys front hard as hell, and then, boom, reality smacks. Turns out these guys work at 7-Eleven or some shit. I don't know, right? So, again, you're right, but in this case, I think Fresh was a lot more intentional in this case. And it makes it worse because he's supposed to teach people against this stuff. Avoid scenarios like this. You should have taken Roll's advice, realistically.
Their like Instagram shit. How has she never gotten she hasn't met a guy yet, or was she using protection with nobody, or is Fresh just happened to be the first person that was dumb enough to I don't believe somebody with this much experience is just suddenly winding up in this trap, and then is also calling a lawyer one day after getting knocked up to sort of financial situation out. I don't believe it. I think it's too much.
Yeah, it sounds like she knows what she's doing, and she's done shit like this before.
Wait, has she?
Well, I'm saying shit like this before.
Why would she have done this before?
Oh, he's saying she's escorted or whatever.
Like she's escorted before.
To be fair, also, I'm assuming on the escort. I could be wrong. She might just
are wrong. Again, this is the thing. They're all assuming she's an escort. No research whatsoever. They're all assuming she's an escort. So you guys are operating off a false premise to begin with, yet you're doubling down based off of that. You see this guy, well, yeah, you know what? It seems like she's probably done this before. How? How do you know, stupid? You don't even know. Up until earlier, before Destiny opened his mouth, you thought this was just Fresh being stupid. Now all of a sudden, you think she did this before and this is intentional? Where's your fucking spine, dude? Clearly, you're wrong. She's not an escort. Or how about you go reach out, get the facts, and then find out for yourself? But none of y'all did that. And shout out to Abba, because after this video dropped, he did that. He did exactly what Destiny should have done, which is even more shameful, right? Someone who has all this experience and couldn't even just have a normal conversation just to get to the truth. I don't get it. Shout out to Joshua. He says, hey, Lord Marquardt did the same thing as Destiny. He went into making fun of the woman and Procito defended, proceeded to defend Walter. Facts. Is that my dyslexia or is this spaced out weird? Okay, damn, bro. Oh my God, I'm like, oh, that's bad. Okay, proceeded to defend Walter. Yeah. Absolutely. All the red pills, they're either quiet or they're defending Fresh and Fit. And they're quiet because, again, you know, they're scared. They want that Fresh and Fit clout and respect, right? But they're also timid in their responses because of the same thing. Again, you can't trust these people. Well, you should have trusted Lord Marco to begin with, right? But again, this is the mindset they're on. It's weird.
Just go to Dubai for 10 days and take a ton of sexy pictures there, and it's like an innocent trip, maybe.
I don't know. I've talked to a lot of escorts. I don't know too many of them that meet their John's parents and do all this other stuff. To me, that just signals that somebody's trying to start a relationship. I'm sorry. I just don't know how you introduce a woman to your parents.
You're not even supposed to bring an escort back to your house because you don't know who they know. You're not even supposed to bring escorts to your house, let alone your home country, to see your mama and have her take care of your mama. Like, that doesn't make that's not what an escort does. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. All right, first of all, listen. You find a hotel with a escort. Okay, you try to separate your home life from, you know, your private life, I guess, if you want to call it that. Okay, but you're not mixing escorts, because that's a problem. All right, that's a big problem you don't want, because before you know it, you could be laying up in bed and then your door gets kicked down, and then you got a bunch of dudes trying to rob you. You don't bring escorts to your house, let alone meet your mama. So what do you, Destiny, again, it seems like you're the one with no experience at all whatsoever, but you still got your mouth open. Arnav again with the 5. Shout out to you. Says, even before the situation in most of Destiny's live streams, his audience goes after him. I'm starting to see why. If he had the same kind of attitude, but with different topics, where he just doubled down, even though he knows he's wrong, or maybe he doesn't know he's wrong, he's just too prideful to see that he's wrong, then I can see why he gets the exact same criticism. I'm just being real with you. But then again, who doesn't get trolled by their fans? I get trolled by my fans. Matter of fact, one of my top mods is a troll. I mean, again, I don't care. But then when we're looking at Destiny's situation, if he's employing the same behaviors I'm seeing right now to other debates and other talking points, I can see why. It makes sense to me. Even by his own people. Shout out to Calvin Dickerson. Shout out to you. Says, Duke, Fresh should have just been honest, because he has nothing to defend what she has, especially the text messages. What should he do? Facts. Matter of fact, what Myron should have done, should have just drugged Fresh out there and basically be like, hey, listen, I know what you guys have probably heard the rumors of what is going on surrounding Fresh's situation. I want you to know that I talked to him behind the scenes, and we want to have this conversation out here live with you guys right now, because you guys are the audience, and you guys understand that we here, at least you've heard me say, to avoid women like these, and now you guys are seeing Fresh go down the same scenario. What can we do to turn this into a teaching moment, right? Why even getting to the point of grilling Fresh, have Fresh explain himself and what he did, right? And then what you've done, Myron, is 2 things. One is you've earned the fans' respect, knowing that you're different, you're separating yourself from Fresh, but you're also publicly holding him accountable. You're saying, well, I hold him accountable privately. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because your audience doesn't see what happens in private. So for all you know, you could say I held him accountable, but they're not seeing it. They're used to seeing you hold women accountable in public. So therefore, they're expecting the same treatment. Because again, y'all live your lives on camera. So they're expecting you guys to basically call them out. And it's nothing wrong. And if Fresh could at least just come out there and say, hey, listen, guys, yeah, you've heard me speak out against these things, and here I am trapped in the same scenario. Okay, how can I turn this into a teaching moment? You would have way more respect from his fans than them bringing out a stupid lawyer coming out here trying to use a scare tactics to intimidate this girl or this woman, right? And then y'all doubling down on the lies. Myron coming out and saying, well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to just be real with you. She wanted an apartment. Duh, is it obvious? She wanted an apartment from us. None of that is true. So now they look even lame. They look even dumb to their audience. Even the chance that Myron had to show strength and to separate from the situation without actually having to separate from Fresh, he fucked it all up. He fucked it all up. Now you can't go back from this. Now you're both stuck. Congratulations. How's that loyalty working for you? Now you're both going to be loyal when your channel's done. Down to the grave, bro. You're taking that. Congratulations. You won the Darwin Award. All of this could be easily avoidable. bro. They need what do you call it? They not a propagandist. They already have that. What do you call it? One of these they need a spinster. They need someone who can spin stuff, right? You need a spinster. Not the lawyer just made it worse for y'all. Y'all need spinsters to how to basically turn a scenario into something that you can win from, not constantly taking L's. I mean, Myron could have easily finessed that if he knew what he was doing. I would have literally just I would have brought Fresh out there, dragged him by his ears. Hey, get your ass over here. I would have brought him over here. Now tell him what you did wrong. And I would use that as a coaching moment to say, hey, guys, I still rock with Fresh. He's my brother, but this is not what you should be doing. I don't want you guys shooting up in girls' row. I know you guys, I told you guys you have to bang at least 50 women a day. Fresh didn't do that. He did it raw and got him pregnant. And what's worse, there could be 4 other girls. This is not what we teach out here. And we got to hold Fresh responsible. Now, what could have Fresh done differently? And get the audience involved if you have to. Hell, even I'm doing a better job. If I was in your situation, I would handle it way better than y'all bozos did. At least you're honest about it. You're acknowledging your faults, and you're showing to your fans that you're willing to take steps to remedy the situation in the future. They did none of that. They thought their fans were stupid, so they came out here and doubled down on their lies. That's all they did. But you're right. The best thing that could save their asses right now would have just been honest. Just been honest. But they lied, thinking that their fans were just as stupid as before, not realizing that they're waking up now. They're not playing games with y'all no more. And this was the last straw.
And then do all this other stuff about relationship talk and buying them jewelry, and that you're not signaling for a relationship.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think in the big, I'm sure Fresh at some point liked her if he's taking her to Barbados and traveling with her and seeing her parents and shit. I would assume that, yeah.
He's gotten with another chick who was doing like basically escorting. Essentially, she was on a sugar daddy website and showing like these $400 regular receipts from dudes.
Here's the thing. A lot of dudes will get with a woman and then do things that are very relationship-y with them, right? They'll move them into their place for long periods of times. They'll go out places. They'll hold hands. They'll kiss. Right. They'll talk about relationships and how cute their kids would look together, all this other shit. And then afterwards, they'll be like, oh, she's just after money. It's like, bro, you selling people on relationships. That's what you're doing. That's your game. Your game is selling people on some kind of long-term commitment.
I think
it's crazy. Isn't that the opposite of being a high-value man? Isn't that the opposite they teach in their courses, right? How is now game, trying to promote to a woman a long-term healthy relationship? I thought that's the opposite that you want to avoid. So let me get this straight. You become a high-value man just to try to future fake a woman and try to pretend that you want a long-term relationship, then why pay money for the game? You can just do that right now without having to pay any of these bozos money for courses. Literally, you can lie about your wealth. You can lie about your status. As long as you're willing to lie, you can even lie about, the relationship that you want with the woman. As long as you're willing to do all of that, you can have whatever you want. It's that easy. See, that's why it's not called game. You're just a faker. You're a future faker, okay? So again, it's just hilarious that people think, oh, Fresh has been allowed to think that he has game, and if you call this game, you're a loser. Like this isn't game. You're just lying. That's not being charismatic. That's not being playful. That's not being coy. That's not being flirty. That's being serious and trying to get the other person to get into a serious relationship with you. All the while, you're actually just lying. There's a big difference. Enter the QB. Shout out to you for the $10 super chat. Says, how is it baby trapping when he's been busted in her literally every chance he got? You can't order packages off Amazon, then be shocked when it arrives at your doorsteps. Facts. That's why I don't understand where Destiny, again, maybe he does have a different understanding of what a baby trap looks like, but this ain't baby trapping. You knew what you were doing, Fresh. It's not like she went into the trash, grabbed your used condom, and stuck it up in her. She didn't do any of that. She was letting you know, hey, the first time you did it, hey, I got my period. Looks like we dodged a bullet there. I'm not pregnant. Congratulations, right? And you're over here celebrating good. And she's like, next time, we don't know. Next time it happens, she's pregnant. She's been telling you, hey, if you get me pregnant, I'm going to keep the child. You get her pregnant, now you're surprised that she's keeping a child. Now she's a gold digger. She's trying to baby trap you. She already told you that's what she was going to do. If a woman told me that, I respect it, and I'm going to wrap up. I mean, you should be wrapping up anyways. But you wrap up. But it's not baby trapping. That's why it's so frustrating to see people that you would otherwise normally think are so sophisticated, like Destiny's saying with her, just come out with such dumb takes? Just so dumb. You over here, well, she should have known that Fresh was stupid. I mean, geez, she's a jet setting Instagram. She's been flown out. She's an escort. She should have known better. Hey, Destiny, you've been in relationships. You should have known better. Where are these takes coming from? You've been in multiple debates. You should have known better. Where are these takes coming from?
I think the interesting thing would be to see if they had any messages. I asked her that, but she didn't reveal anything. The interesting thing would be to see
or after you called her a human filth or subhuman filth. When was that? Was that before you or after you called her a subhuman filth? Maybe it was after she left and then you came on and you and the rest of those posse over there were clowning her. Maybe it was after that that you decided to ask for more evidence, because it seems like the video we watched of you talking to her, despicable. If I could turn my nose up at it, turn my nose up at it. It was honestly, it was just completely childish. So when did you give her the opportunity to provide more? It seems like the only person that actually did this out of everybody else that is talking right now was Abba. Everybody else, they used her for clout. Just being real. That's the way we see it right now. Y'all using her. No one wanted to get to the truth. Y'all just wanted to get your little thing up and go from there. Destiny wanted to get a little brownie points from the red pillars. He's got it. Right? Now they're all clapping and praising. We saw the live stream, bro. We saw it. Thank you so much for scratching our backs. You low integrity fuck.
Interesting thing would be to see if they had any messages talking about kids or like a long-term relationship, like any of those like serious conversations. That would be interesting, I think.
Well, you know what? We've seen this with Fresh before and sort of with Myron. The types of girls they go for, it seems like they want a relationship. It seems like both of them, probably Fresh more so, but they're not able to get like normal relationships. So they always hook up with these like OnlyFans chicks, these sugar daddy girls. So I think Fresh just kind of walked into another one of these situations where he was only able to get with this chick because she does sex work or something weird, and then he wanted a relationship with her or something, just like that.
Even the way this guy's talking, you could tell he's not operating with a full deck. So how you open your mouth? Just go do the fucking research, then come back, and then you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. She's not an escort. They met at a club. Fresh, lied his usual way of lying, and he got her hooked. It's really not that hard. If you were man enough, you can go to a club and do the exact same thing. If you're willing to sell out your soul and be a liar, go ahead. Just if she come out with allegations later, you can't say we didn't warn you. Stop lying to women. Just be honest. Y'all are not gonna get anywhere lying to women. I'm being real with y'all. I know they're saying it's cool, it's hip, it makes you look like a pimp, like Andrew Tate, where you just don't give a fuck about a woman's feelings. Don't lie to these women. They're not playing with y'all. Okay, hell has no fear than a woman scorned. Y'all lie here playing these games, you're gonna win some dumbass prizes like Fresh.
Previous chick, but it looks like he met her on a sugar daddy website or something.
They met at a club.
Problem is her Instagram, like most of those people. But I listen. Anyone's listening at home, if you are fucking with an escort and it's just sex work, don't introduce them to you.
And this is where Abba fucked up too, because he's calling her escort. They're all calling her an escort. No one is doing their research at this point. And shout out to Abba, because then he does his research after this, but he's not innocent in this either, because he's also, calling her an escort. But Abba ends up correcting himself after he speaks to her and gets all the facts done. So he's no longer calling her an escort. He's actually correcting people on that. But everyone else is just running with this idea that she's some kind of escort. And you guys have massive platforms too, just out here straight defaming people. Y'all need to be careful.
And get a vasectomy.
Oh my god, I don't know. I guess my whole concept of baby trapping was always like, athlete meets some girl at a club, they sleep together, and she knows who he is, and she's encouraging him to run inside her raw, and like that's baby trapping. Or someone's just like going after a dude knowing damn well he has money and doing everything in their power to get him to bust inside of her. But from Fresh's own admission, it sounds like he's just busted inside a bunch of women and he has to get them all tested. So that's not baby trapping. That's just you being irresponsible.
I mean, but you keep saying it's not one, it's either or. It can be both, right?
No.
Like, he's irresponsible and stupid, but I mean, like, she comes to Miami, she starts dating the host of the show that she gets invited on. She likes the lifestyle here. He's willing to fuck her and bust in her. She knows that if this keeps happening, she's going to get pregnant. She doesn't really know him that well, though. They've been dating for, a couple months? And then she sees he's got a lot of money. She likes the lifestyle. Hey, if she gets pregnant, fuck it. She can hold on to the kid, get her for child support, and then boom, get her a green card and all that shit too. it doesn't like both parties can be like, she can be like kind of looking for that thing, and Fresh can also be a fucking retard. Like both those things can be true at the same time.
No, yeah, we can tell Fresh is a retard. Obviously, it's not. No one's debating that. But if you look at the context, they were both complicit in that. So Fresh was acting like he was down, totally down with what's going on. Because for you to get away with that point, then you would almost have to acknowledge that she and Fresh didn't have this conversation about him shooting up the club. Okay, because she even clarifies to Abba that they did have this conversation, but Fresh still went up in there and shot up the club. So again, in her mind, she's thinking, well, if I'm already letting him know that this is gonna happen, I'm gonna keep the baby if I get pregnant, and he's taking me out to see the family, he's telling me he loves me, he's trying his hardest to buy jewelries for me, you know, he's so romantic, he's nice, I think this guy really wants me. She's not wrong in thinking that either. She thinks this guy really wants her. And if he's shooting up the club, and when she's warning him saying, listen, I'm gonna keep the baby, I don't want to get pregnant. If you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna get pregnant, right? And he still does it. He knew what he was doing. He threw caution to the wind and did it. And you could even say she was an idiot for allowing him to, but to be fair, all of Fresh's actions had her believing that they were on a pathway to marriage. Damn near.
That's fine.
But
well,
yeah, let's use protection. The moral of the story.
You know, I love
the story. Do your fucking research. All right, let's get the Abba and Preacher's interview with Daisy here. And I guys, you're gonna love this because all context brought down to reality, and now people are starting to really understand, especially after this video that Abba did. Okay, as hilarious as it was, okay, because Abba, they didn't listen, that was petty as hell. What Abba did here was petty, but hey, I'm in full support because Fresh deserves this. Okay, but they interviewed Daisy, they got the full context, and it's not looking good because now more people are now turning away from Fresh and Fit. Matter of fact, I think this interview with Abba was the best thing that she could have done. Right, because now it not only gets out to more people, but Abba and Preach are Fresh and Fit's biggest ops, right? So you know for a fact that they're gonna see this video. But she goes on there and she breaks down the context. She brings out the ultrasound. She's bringing out all these receipts. Meanwhile, the other party isn't doing anything, and now it's starting to make sense. So the audience, you can even tell, they're going back to Fresh and Fit's platform. They're like, "Yo, now you need to man up." Even their fans, because I went back, I looked at the newest comments on there after the video dropped. You're looking at it, people like, yo, yeah, dude, we're gonna have to name this dude Lil Abba. We're gonna have to, you're gonna have to man up, dog, because it's looking like this is your kid, Fresh. You're gonna have to man up. So even some of the fanboys that were on the fence are now starting to think, okay, maybe Fresh is wrong here, and maybe he does need to man up. And I'm glad. And I'm glad Daisy did this because this was the best possible interview she could have done. All right, shout out to Tony with the $5 super chat. Tony says, "Sup, Duke? Having sex with Fresh and telling the girl have an abortion to an Asian girl as a black man looks bad." No, yeah, you're right. You're right, because isn't this what they say is wrong with the black community? Isn't that what the black conservatives say, like Candace Owens? Don't they say this is what's wrong with the black community? Single mothers, right? No, we want to blame the women. We're not blaming the men knocking them up. Now you go to a different community, you do the exact same thing. What do you call that? Is it the problem of the women or is it the men who won't change? Let's just be honest. It's the men. You got men who have these pattern of behaviors, fucking it up for everybody else. All right, so he's just adding to that stereotype. And I know, bro, because Asians don't, if you don't think that they, like the family members, they think a certain way about people that look like us, you're wrong. They do. I've gotten that from Asians. I'm saying Asians generally. I've never really fraternized with Asians from China or whatnot. It's mainly Koreans, which is surprising. Like, it's like, ugh. Like, damn, y'all are like this, huh? Hmongs are fucking awesome. I love them. They're pretty damn cool. But like some of these guys, like you, especially from Korea, I don't know. I guess they're cool, but like some of the Koreans I've met, I don't know. They're just like, it seems crazy to me, right? But I don't know. Maybe Asians from China or Asians from Japan are worse. I haven't personally had those experiences, but I've heard based off of their culture over there, they don't favor brothers too much, right? And this is what Destiny is wanting this woman to go back to. Yeah, take your half black baby, go back to China, You know, just prove to us that you're not trying to baby trap him. Go back to China. What? Dude, she left her world behind to stay with Fresh, and Fresh dumped her. Now you just want her to go back, and now she has responsibilities. You're high, bro. You're fucking high. I don't know what to tell you. Let's continue. We get this. This is the video right here.
Driving Fresh and Fit. I wanted to get to the bottom of this fiasco. If you haven't seen part 1, be sure to go check that out for more context. But I decided that I would interview the woman in question at the heart of this whole thing. She provided me a bunch of screenshots, screen recordings, and a bunch of different things. And I think it answers,
AKA even more context than she initially put out.
a lot of the questions that would have seemed to be unanswered before. Things like whether or not she's a sex worker. She isn't. What was the timeline of events? Did Walter know that she was not on birth control? Was he aware that she was trying to have a child? And did they have discussions about it? Was he trying to be serious with her? What proof does she have that? All these things are going to get answered over the course of this interview. But first thing that I have to correct from the previous thing is that she's never been a sex worker. Turns out she won some kind of beauty pageant, and people just started uploading her page, her photos to some escorting sites, but it was just scam sites.
Boom. So again, for those of you guys who are still saying she's an escort, they're now validating, hey, we spoke to her, we reviewed more evidence, and she's actually not an escort. We should probably stop saying this, right? And this is why, again, I fuck with Abba. He knew he was wrong. Now even the first 53 seconds of this video, he's already admitting, hey, I know I was calling her an escort in the past. She's actually not an escort, guys. Okay, let's not do that. But you got guys that will still call an escort because, again, they don't want to do any research whatsoever. They don't care, right? It is what it is. That's fine because you're always going to have people thinking certain types of ways. There's nothing wrong with that. You have your own opinion. You're entitled to it, okay? But, again, if you know what the facts are, I don't care what your opinion is. The facts are the facts.
Now, whether or not you want to believe that is up to everyone at home. But to date, there's no actual proof that she doesn't need that kind of work. On a live stream today, he said that you were never his girl.
He said that?
I made a statement on my vlog and on the show multiple times. And I said, this is a matter of fact, guys, look it up if you want to. I said, if a girl's on camera with me, she is what? Not my girl. Let's get that.
Look at this. Look at the shit he's texting her. You'd be a good boyfriend. I'll be waiting for my girlfriend. Yes, daddy. So she meant to say daddy. Yes, daddy. Right? So clearly he's leaning into this role. Listen, I talk to women right now. I don't do this boyfriend-girlfriend shit because I know I'm not ready for that boyfriend-girlfriend shit right now. They know that, and I'm honest. I don't feel the need to lie. That's why this is so weird to me. Like, why? You guys are the ones teaching game. Yet you over here playing boyfriend-girlfriend? The fuck? That doesn't make any sense. And then you always ask the question, why do these guys get Me Too allegations levied on them? It's because they're playing these games. Real men don't play games. You're straight up with a woman, she'll fuck with it. Even if she doesn't want to fuck with you because you're dealing with other women, she'll still fuck with you because she respects you. And who knows, later down the road, there might be another opportunity. I've had that situation before, right? Where it's just like, oh, yeah, you a fuck boy, you a fuckhead, I ain't fucking with you, right? And then, I don't know what happened, a year later, hey, what's going on with you? Nothing much. What's up with you? I don't know. My boyfriend, we just broke up and he's doing all this dumb shit. Oh, word. Sliding on in, baby. That's how that shit works. Like, bro, you slide in because you slide up. He slide out, you sliding in, right? That's just what it is. So at that point, it doesn't even matter what she said to me a year ago. Now it's like, oh, yeah, I'm not even in that headspace no more. I don't care. That's how women are. 1 year, their mindset is one thing. The next year is completely different. I'm not saying that's just uniquely a woman trait because we all do this, but it's just saying that people aren't the same forever. All right, they might have one preference one day, and then 2 years, 3 years later, they have a different preference. This is how that works. Deb with the 5 shots to you says she basically left her job and relocated to on a tourist visa. Aside from her possible savings, of course, she'd be looking for support. What is he on? Facts. Who else to not support her than the father of the child? Like, why would she go to China and beg the Chinese government to support her unborn child? So China has to pay for the mistakes of America now? Is that what it is? Or Western men in America, China's got to pay for that? You know, for a fact, China ain't doing that shit. China don't play with these people. It's going to ruin her reputation. It could possibly affect her job prospects. And the fact that she ended up a single mom, it's not a good thing culture-wise for them over there because they value things over there differently than Western people. So y'all just saying she needs to go back to China to prove to us that she's not a gold digger. You're high. And honestly, if she wanted to go back to China and be that spiteful, making sure Fresh would never see that kid again, there's nothing Fresh would be able to do about it. If she decided to take the kid right now and go to China like you bozos are suggesting, there's no way that kid's going to be in Fresh's life. Fresh actually has more of a chance with her staying in the West and fighting this clown because most likely the state is going to mandate some type of visitation, no matter if she likes it or not. The state's going to mandate some kind of visitation, meaning that kid is going to have their dad in their lives versus the alternative you idiots that claim to care about the situation want. You care about it, but send her to China where Fresh is going to be harder for him to see the kid. It's not like he cares right now, so maybe later on the road, he probably wouldn't even give a fuck. He'll probably forget that he has a kid out there. Matter of fact, he'll probably brag that there's a kid out there somewhere. I think that's a worse off situation. Again, it's just people who think they know what they're doing, like Destiny, like they just want to help, and you're just making the situation worse. You don't want her going back to China. You want her staying here and fighting it out with the nigga that made her pregnant. And honestly, this is the best chance he has to see his kid. If she was vindictive, she wouldn't have to say nothing. She would have just been gone. There are women that would do this, bro. There are women that will do this. They will just take the kids and go. The guy comes back from work. Where the fuck are my kids? Where's my furniture? Why's my house empty? What the fuck just happened? This happens. And I feel sorry for men who are in those scenarios because that's fucked up. But that's the same shit these bozos are advocating for right now. Pack your bags. Go to China. Prove to us you're not being a gold digger. What? What? Do you even know what sense that makes? It doesn't.
Keep in mind, if I bring a girl on camera, she's not my girl. You never see my girl because I know what happens when you bring her on the internet. I learned from experience. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, this was a great trip. Happy to see my lovely Asian queen again. But you know, as time passes, we must say farewells for a short period of time until she comes back. So can't wait to see her back here in Miami. I love her. No, I do. Love you, babe.
Love you.
How is he a victim? You calling her a queen, you're telling her you love her. How are you a victim, bro? You are literally putting image in her mind. You're putting this in her mind. You guys are a couple. You guys are boyfriend and girlfriend, dude. This is exactly what it is. I don't tell a girl I love her unless I'm serious with her. I'm not an idiot. I don't throw it like, listen, love, I know you guys think it doesn't have any meaning. It does have a meaning, bro. When you tell somebody you love them, it means something. But to Fresh, it doesn't mean anything. He can just sit here and lie. What kind of game is this? Hey, those of y'all who bought the DMs on Demand course, can you tell me what chapter of game this is? I don't know what chapter of game this is, but it seems like all y'all got to do is just tell a woman you love her, even though you don't mean it. And then she's yours, right? But then you can't complain that you're making more of these same type of women you hate out there in this world. You can't complain about that because y'all are creating these women. I love you, baby. You're my queen. Oh, get that bullshit out of here, bro. What are you doing? You did this. Yo,
Yeah, I love you, babe.
Yo, shout out to Addy for the super chat. Or super sticker. Shout out to you.
So he's out here saying he don't claim her. He never claimed her. That's not his girl. But in private, he's saying, I love you. He's saying, you're my girlfriend. He moved her in. And on top of that, he publicly on video saying he loves her. Does that sound like somebody who's being treated like a jump off?
That's not a jump off. That's a relationship.
I'm just saying. Everyone telling she's baby trapping him, all this other stuff. Is she baby trapping him or is he just trapping her? I'm asking the questions. Because the only deception I've seen so far is from him towards her. The only trap I've seen so far is him basically love bombing the shit out of her so he can fuck her as much as he wants. Then when he's done, he just get rid of her.
Well, he's just making him like make him look like idiot right now because clearly, like he made that on public and on the conversation you saw it. He calls me girlfriend, right? Yeah. Are you gonna take someone to see your entire family if she's not your girlfriend? Travel to your home country? That's not reasonable. You can like casually meeting your mother. That's fine. The first time I met his mother, I was like, okay. if you decide to do that, I don't mind.
Why did you accept being in a non-monogamous relationship with Fresh?
Yeah, you know why? Because we were in a long-distance relationship. Because whether I agree or not, he's going to do that, and we weren't stable because we just got to know each other, and So I was thinking, just to be there and move there, for, like to be with him, maybe like it will be different, But I don't want to like it comes to a conclusion in the beginning, like, oh, I'm gonna stop this guy from doing everything just because he met me. Because in the early stage of the relationship, I don't want to.
Then I ask her, well, why do you not want to be intense about monogamy, but you are rushing to have a kid?
Yo, these are good questions, Abba. This is the kind of questioning we need, not the shit show Destiny showed us.
I asked some tough questions.
That's a good question.
I'm not softballing it.
No, I'm mad at you. I'm
She's like, I'm about like, I don't want to be too intense and like rush like monogamy, so I'm accepting this. But like, but you want to have a baby with him.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I understand because I just felt like I just feel like I'm not that type of girl that I have to be with someone for years to get married, or if I like someone, I can have a kid with him for like a week. Like it doesn't matter. It's the time doesn't matter. I was with someone for 9 months. He really wanted to marry me. He's American, and I didn't want that. I ended that. When I met Walter, I just felt like, wow, there's so much chemistry.
What?
Just even look at how she's smiling. Like even just talking about it, she's smiling. You could tell just even thinking about when she met him, like how this brings a smile on her face, right? These are things that are very, very hard to fake. It really is.
Walter, I just felt like, wow, there's so much chemistry.
What? I mean, I agree.
I'm just trying to
talk to me.
Come on, preach. Let us know what's going on. Come on, preach.
No, I'm not the type of girl that can. I'm not the type of girl.
Come on, preach.
That have to wait for a long time before I marry someone. Huh? What type of girl is that?
Hey, listen. Most Western women don't even get married no more. They'll just have a baby with you. And I admit it's starting to become a problem because we're not vetting these men. We're just having babies all over the place. But it's true. People don't think that's a real thing. It happens. Go look at all the if you guarantee you ask one of these single moms right now, you say, hey, and I'm talking about the single moms where the baby daddy's not involved, like the baby's daddy is not anywhere near the situation. Or ask them, what were you thinking? What's going on? You were clearly dumb, right? And some of them would agree with you. I love the guy. I met him, and 2 months later he knocked me up. I don't know what's going on. I just felt something for him, and it happened, right? They're not, again, people think this is a plan, or these women are planning this out. That's not how that works. Again, listen, love is a weird thing, okay? It makes perfectly rational people do irrational things. And the sooner you guys understand that, the better.
I mean, there's plenty of people who meet their husbands for the first time through arranged marriages or whatever.
Yeah, weird.
But I don't disagree. I'm just saying that's not that abnormal in different parts of the world.
It's not.
It still doesn't answer the question. It doesn't answer the question of why you want to rush this baby, but you don't want to rush the monogamous relationship. It doesn't answer anything.
Yeah,
it doesn't. As a matter of fact, it made it weirder. So I'm still questioning. Like, it doesn't absolve it doesn't absolve or take out of the equation the baby trapping situation. Because of that answer. That answer was so...
But that's not baby trapping. That's just... What she's saying is there's some people out here who are just very like feels oriented. Meaning, oh, I loved her. Well, how do you know? It's been a week. I just feel it. Like some people are just like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're very intuitive. Everything is just...
I would say it happens with guys more often than women, especially in these modern times. I've seen a guy who they would have sex with this girl that they really like, and all of a sudden, I don't know, they get sprung. They are sprung like high hell. There's nothing you can say or anything you can do that can turn them away from that woman. Okay, that is the object of their desire. Everything works, and you can't convince them. Even though that woman can ruin his life, they would gladly give her the key to fuck it up. They will gladly do it as long as they think they're in love. Again, guys are, I would say, way more affected than with this thing. Because again, I don't know what it is with guys, but when we see a woman that looks good, we start imagining all these different possibilities. I don't know if women do this too. I'm sure some women do it, but like I know it's like that with most guys because again, I have guy friends and I'm a guy myself. I've when I was younger, I'd have these kind of thinking, right? It's like you see a beautiful girl, you start thinking, oh my God, like damn, she could be this, she could be that. You start putting all these things on her, but you got to understand at the end of the day, that's not who she is. That's just your idea of who you think she is. So you also got to be careful with that too. And a lot of men, they fall for this trap where they think a girl's so beautiful that they put all these other things on her in which she's not, like all these personality traits on her, and she's none of those things. This is how guys get fucked over. Shout out to KS for the $5 super chat. KS says this situation is lessons. Show, listen to advice, and also take with a grain of salt. If an individual knows he engages in intercourse, use protection. Absolutely. Wrap it up, people. Eric G with the 7 says these clowns jumped on a red pill dick and ended up with a baby and no monetization. Destiny is fresh off a divorce and may be a little biased these days. I think that's what's happening. And listen, that's why I'm not going too crazy with Destiny because like I could have been crazier. But just seeing these, the reason why I'm even harder right now on him, pause. The reason I'm going crazy on him right now a little bit is just because he tripled down even after this interview. I'm about to play his reaction to Alba and Preach's interview in a second, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The guy, it's like, bro, how are you gonna grow if you're not gonna willing to admit that you're wrong? That's it. I've admitted I'm wrong on this show. I got no problem with that. You guys correct me all the time. You don't see me going out and then clowning you guys for correcting me. That doesn't make any sense. Unless you guys are wrong, then I flip it on you. Right? Then I clown you. Like the guy that the person that thought Barbados was a American country or American state. And then they're trying to clown me. Like, Duke, you're such an idiot. Of course, Barbados is part of America. Are you dumb? I'm like, all right, what? What? How does that even work? No, Barbados is not. Okay, so stop it. So I would clown you in that sense because you're trying to come at me, but you're the one who's wrong, right? So again, that makes sense. But if you know you're wrong, your audience are holding you accountable, yet you want to come out and then clown them, you look stupid. There's nothing else you can say about it. So Destiny, I get it. You're going through this right now. You know, it is what it is. But again, you wanted the open relationship and then you're mad because she fell for someone else. Even we told you here that was a bad idea. You just keep it. If you really love this girl and she's your wife, why are you keeping it open? You're just inviting problems. And now you're mad because problems got invited into your life. Huh? You got discount Ezra Miller over here who stole your girl. Like, seriously. So I'd be pissed off if I were him. But this situation, right, he's pissed off at, it's not it, bruh.
You know what we call them?
What?
Stupid. Carry on. That's not very smart. That's not.
I agree. It's not smart.
It's like
having kids with somebody you met a week ago.
Maybe.
What if he claimed he never wanted a baby? Would that be true?
He didn't want. Okay, if he says so, if he really didn't want a baby, after so many times I asked him in person, do not come in me. He does that every fucking day. Like, he can just pull out.
Hey, Fresh and Fit fans, y'all trying to make him out to be a victim. They had this conversation. So y'all acting like, oh, Fresh accidentally got her pregnant and now she went straight to social media to try to expose him. That's how y'all behaving right now. But y'all leaving out the context where they had this conversation clearly. And Fresh just didn't care. He didn't care, which makes it even worse for Fresh because you're that much irresponsible even when she knew. Because you can call her dumb for allowing it to happen. But Fresh, you're an idiot. You're an even bigger idiot because you guys had this conversation already. There's absolutely zero excuse.
Easy as that. Because he was always like, oh, I'm doing this with my girlfriend. So really serious conversation, like planning a future and ask me what I want to do. Oh, I want to plan a future with you. Why don't we get a house instead of renting another apartment? That doesn't make sense, wasting money, blah, blah, blah. And he said,
who says this if she's just a casual hookup? I have never said this, ever. Guys who are out there who have way more experience with women than Fresh does right now, let me know if you've ever said that. Have you ever moved a girl in that you just met 2 months ago? What? The girls I've seen for 2 years, never moved them in. I love living by myself. What are you talking about? So you mean not only Fresh moving her in, but they're over here planning the future about buying a house together? How is this, again, a baby trap situation? It sounds like he knew what he was doing. M. Dot with the 5. Shout out to M. Dot. M. Dot says, Myron used screenshots as evidence in Anna Quinn's situation, so screenshots can't be used now. How, Sway? Yeah, this is what we talk about all the time, right? They'll use evidence when it helps them, or they think it helps them, right? But when it doesn't work against them, they shame it. This is why I think a lot of their audiences are stupid. And I'm starting to think that Destiny's takes, because I'm sure he read some of these screenshots, and his takes afterwards are completely stupid. And I hope he comes around, because this is kind of getting weird. Like, yo, buddy, come on. Hey, listen, Destiny, come on, bro. Listen, I know you're getting clowned right now. It is what it is. This is me. This is how I am. All right, this is what it is. You can't change that. But this is out of love. This is out of love, because I could be a lot more worse than this. But it's just like, yo, whatever you're doing, just come back to reality, okay? This shit, backing Fresh and whatnot, it's not it, bro. It really isn't. It's making you look like a very jaded human being, and that's not good. That's really not good. But shout out to you. Fresh has done this before. Fit has done this before, aka Myron. Why are we surprised this is happening again?
What if you get pregnant? Isn't that better for a bigger house?
Look at Preach. Look at Preach.
Is that baby trapping?
They're gonna end up together.
Is that baby trapping? I'm asking.
Come on, Preach.
Is that baby trapping?
Come on, Preach.
You out here talking about let's get a house together, because what if you get pregnant? Is that baby trapping, my brother?
Come on,
I'm
Preach. Look, see, Preach was on the offense still, right? Preach was like, hey, listen, bro. Listen, dog. I'm going to tell you this right now. She looks like she's a baby trapper, right? And then playing more of the video, Preach is like, okay, yeah, that doesn't sound like what a baby trapper would do. Thank you. Thank you for coming to a logical conclusion, Preach. Thank you.
Asking the question.
It's not. It's not.
Thank you.
Guys,
I understand what you're saying when you're saying it's not, but some of these answers,
I think they're irresponsible, but that doesn't mean baby trapping.
No.
Not only irresponsible, not only baby trapping, there's also a language barrier there. And that's one thing I noticed when people are reading off these comments, right? Or not these comments, these screenshots, because they were reading it, they couldn't understand, her accent, because she was literally texting as she would talk. Like her accent was on the text, right? So that's why people were having a hard time reading it, and they were thinking, oh, this kind of comes off her. Like when she says, what are you gonna do to me, right? A lot of people thought, oh, that was a signal that she's trying to set her up. No, it could have been, what are you gonna do about me in this situation? But she just couldn't finish that off in a longer sentence like most Westerners who are good with the English language do, right? I wouldn't even say that. Most Westerners aren't even great at English. We use slang all the damn time. But still, right? So people aren't even factoring that in. Okay, there's a huge language thing there. Okay, listen, I'm Nigerian. I talk to my family members all the time. They text exactly like this. You kind of have to just figure out where they're trying to get at here. It doesn't mean like they're purposely putting things out of context. If they say things in a different way versus an Americanized person would say it, it's just they're speaking with their accent, but it's coming through with text. That's it. Doesn't mean that the facts is wrong. It just means that's how they're talking. Late with the $2 super chat. Abigail Preach Chen. Oh, Abigail Preach. Oh, if she's a girl, it'd be Abigail. Yes. Abigail Preach Chen, girl. Preach Abba Chen, boy. No, it's got to be Abba Preach Chen if it's a boy. It's got to be that, because Abba's the one fronting up the money here. I'm down. I'll put a little something. Just let me know where I can donate. I'll put something. So, hey, girl, you got people out here that'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. If it comes to taking down these clowns, we got it. Don't worry about it. I will gladly pay money to see this shit happen. Just see all of this happen, bro. I want to see that. Listen. I want to finally see these guys get held accountable. Maybe if their fans finally see Fresh paying child support after all these reckless talking, maybe they will learn from his actions versus his promotions. How about that? I'm advocating for that. I want consequences. So yeah, I'm gonna contribute to it as soon as it goes live. I'm paying for it. I want to see it too. I want to see this through all the way.
Those are separate things.
Exactly.
Not pregnant, no baby. She tells that to Walter. He says, oh, you did a pregnancy test? She says, yeah, my period just came and 5 days ahead. So you play a good game. Oh, okay, what game? This game on bed. I'm confused. Don't worry, we all are. I don't think anybody understood what she meant. And she goes, just kidding. I meant you are safe. Just letting you know. Next time you won't be so lucky. What's that saying?
I'm not having a baby.
I'm having your baby.
Yeah.
Next time you're not gonna be so lucky. And what does he write? Oh, I wasn't worried. I didn't want to pull out anyway. But that's good that you got your period.
How? Yo, chat. He literally just said, I didn't want to pull out anyways, but that's good you got your period. Hey, Destiny, what more context do you want? Destiny, how is this baby trapping fresh? He didn't want to pull out. Even if he knew she wasn't on birth control, he didn't want to pull out. This time they got lucky because they had sex unprotected right before her period. So he was able to escape the consequences there. But she's letting him know, you're not going to be lucky next time because I might not be on my period or close to it. And he's like, I didn't want to pull out anyways. You didn't want to pull out anyways. So then how can you sit there and claim that you were baby trapped? I'm sorry. I'm just confused. Yo, Fairy of Light, shout out to you for the 5. Fairy of Light says, many people don't care about the truth. They just like putting single mothers down. She looks sad, and I can tell she feels hurt. Fresh as a clown. You're absolutely right. Yo, Kenzie with the 2 says, high-value man should have to choose better. Yeah, they do need to choose better. But again, high-value men, they love whores. They don't want good women. They want hoes. Andre Wilson with the 2 says, Dr. Doom vibe, I loan it. Shout out to you. Gracias with the 10 says, Fresh got the best of her genuine burning desire. Oh, I forgot he says that shit too. What a dweeb. I want a soul, man. Y'all remember that? I'm Thanos. I want her soul, bro. I want her to fucking love me. Well, now we know how you do that. You lie to them. You pretend you're in love with them. That's how you steal this. Is that how you out here snatching souls, Fresh? Telling women you love them? Telling them that they're queens. I love you, boo boo. I love you too, baby girl. But we're not together though. Shut up. What are we doing here? I mean, seriously, he says nothing transactional. He did reverse girlfriend experience, introduce her to family, and was lying all along. It's Tate's lover boy method light. Right, without the trafficking part. You're absolutely right. This is exactly what Fresh is doing. So again, we can't look at this as a baby trap anymore. We need to be adults, and we need to consider that now there's new perspective, especially when we're looking at Fresh saying himself he didn't want to pull out anyways. You can't keep making him out to be a victim. They both made a mistake. They're both ignorant as fuck. But Fresh was not baby trapped, and we got to stop spreading that stupid ass rumor.
Oh, I wasn't worried. I didn't want to pull out anyway. But that's good that you got your period. So you're being a... She's not too happy about it. I didn't reject you because I don't mind being pregnant with your baby. She's being direct.
Yeah.
She's telling him, and all he says is, no, I'm saying I like you a lot, and once you're happy, I'm happy.
Bro, you can't do this, bro. You hold up.
Him, and all he says is, no, I'm saying I like you a lot, and once you're happy, I'm happy.
You can't do that. Stop. You can't do this, Fresh. You can't do that. She's literally warning you. She's letting you know, hey, dude, you come in me again, I want to have your baby. She's telling you that. She's saying, I love you so much. I want to I'm so convinced of the lies that you fed me so far. I want to have your kids. Fresh, if you were introspective, you would pick up on this. Like, oh, wow. She doesn't even mind having my kid. Maybe next time I put her a condom on. Maybe next time I'm a little bit more safe. But you weren't. How is this baby trapping, bro?
So can you understand why she's confused? He refusing to pull out, busting inside them sugar walls. And now all of a sudden he's been trapped. He don't want to be a dad. You have decided that you were not going to pull out of her vagina. So you're not going to pull out of fatherhood.
You're not, bro.
You are not going to pull out of fatherhood.
You cannot. And there's some of these guys who are using an argument, well, so the man doesn't get a say in the matter. What are you talking about? He has a say, you're right, but it's her body at the end of the day, and he listen, the moment you let loose inside of her, you've lost all control. Isn't that what you guys teach? You guys teach this stuff, right? The moment you bust inside of her, you've lost control of your sexual reproduction or whatever it is, right? Because now it's in her body. What are you gonna dig in her vagina and scoop it out? You can't do that. You bust in her, now it's out of your control. It's up to her now. And if she's telling you, hey, if you're busting me again, I'm keeping the baby. Like, I love you. I'm assuming you love me. If you do this again, we probably won't be lucky next time. We probably would just have a baby. Fresh didn't heed those warnings. He kept playing, thinking this was a game. Thinking, I got lucky last time. It happened again. They're idiots, I tell you.
You're gonna take care of the baby.
He has no choice. He's gonna pay. If
He paid.
I say, bro, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Yo, I missed last time, but this time I'm gonna punch you in your face. And then I punch you in your face.
No, wait. Whatever
Is that hold up? Is that a sucker punch?
No, it's not a sucker.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Especially if you tell me you're gonna punch me in my face, and I tell you whatever makes you happy.
Thank you.
And I look at you like whatever makes. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Facts.
Bro,
And I get kicked in the mouth. That's not a sucker punch.
boys, you were not sucker punched. Take some accountability. Hold that out. Did you always tell him that you would not get an abortion?
Oh, I always told him. He knows I'm not getting any abortion, and plus, he didn't care at all. He was like, he was kind of like just admitted that if he's gonna make me pregnant, he's just gonna like raise a baby with me, and he didn't like say that, but all this his action proves that.
Doesn't mind isn't the same as saying he really wants to have a child. Why don't you get verbal confirmation if he really wanted a child with you?
No, because I was pretty sure that he was so serious about me. But then, okay, but at least he's not stupid that if he does this to me, I'm gonna get pregnant. I think it's just misunderstood. Maybe he was just being irresponsible, but for me, he's serious. Yeah, because
And she explains it. She's like, on his end, he most likely was being irresponsible. On my end, I genuinely thought he was serious about me. You can't falter for that. You really can't, especially if you've been lied to. Anybody who's ever been lied to. And I know you incel fucks can't sit there and pretend that you haven't had a woman lie to you before. It's happened, okay? So you know how bad that hurts when someone lies to you and they weren't serious. So why is it that you can't have the same empathy here? Clearly, the guy who's been training you guys has been lying the whole time. Here's another woman that now is going to go out to the world with a jaded kind of mentality against black men. We're just going to be real. Black men, bro. Fucking it up for everybody else, right? So is this how you guys would talk shit about black women and all these problems in the black community, and then you go to other communities and this is how you behave? Make us all look like we just out here making single mamas out of everybody? Is that what it is? Just adding to a stereotype? Fresh, you're an idiot, bro. The dating pool roast reaction. Shout out to you for the 2. Says salute. Salute to you. I appreciate it. Lord D's 86 with the 2 says Fresh is a professional dream seller. Yeah, he's a future faker, bro. That's what they do.
I've never met someone like that. Nobody would treat me like that. Like, this is so evil. I've never met anyone like that. I'm not acting like a naive girl right here. Like, I traveled a lot of places, but nothing like this.
See, that didn't make much sense to me because in my head, I'm like, so you want to be serious with somebody and you want to have a child with them, but you're not getting them to verbally say they also really want to have a child with them. Shouldn't that be something y'all establish properly?
And how long have you been?
Here's the thing. Most people suck when it comes to communications. They suck, especially in relationships. Sometimes you meet the worst communicators out there. People don't know how to communicate properly. They'll just assume things, and you're supposed to get the vibe. Sometimes it's better to just talk to your partner. Stop assuming things based off of vibes.
Together?
4 or 5 months? Amy busting inside her sugar walls every day, never pulling out. Can you show paperwork for pregnancy tests and ultrasound? A lot of people are saying that stuff is photoshopped or whatever, or it's just like, so I just wanted to at least see if she had actual real paperwork.
Yeah, I have no problem sharing that. I actually posted.
So look at you got the HIV 1 and 2 tests. What are these down here? All the stuff is cut off. Result reports. All right, so you don't got AIDS. That's good. I can barely read this, but it's out there.
Okay, so let me explain about the ultrasound. The doctor told me it's still early, 4 weeks. So she can't see everything, but she can still see a little bit, like a small quarter of it. But it's just like it's too early, you know.
You're gonna be a daddy, Fresh. That's your baby right there. You're looking at your baby right there, Fresh. Look at that. You're gonna be a daddy, boy. You're gonna be a daddy. You're not getting away from this. She's pregnant, bro. I guess you can say she's faking this. All y'all coping ass niggas can say she's faking. She's pregnant, bro. I mean, this is crazy going to this amount of length. Like, if she was faking this, she would have probably just leave this alone. No, she's showing ultrasounds and even more indication that she's going to keep the baby. John with the 5 cents, former fuckboy. He says, what Fresh did was weird, scummy. No, facts. No, this was childish, bro. He's scummy as fuck, even by our standards. Even the scummiest nigga I knew wouldn't entertain the idea of kids. Facts. Like, facts. Again, I used to wild out back then. All right? I used to wild out. This is the scammiest shit you can do. You can't, dude, this is not what you want to be doing with women. Trust me, bro. Don't be messing with their heads like that. This ain't high school. This ain't college. This is the real world now. Consequences out there. All right. Not saying you can't face consequences in high school or college, because people do. But again, a lot of people, this is how the mentality is. We don't play around. If you're gonna get pregnant and you're gonna keep the baby, we're not gonna be playing games with you. We'll still mess around, but we're not playing games with you. We'll wrap up. We'll be whatever. But it's to play these kind of games is wasting lives out here. You go with the 2. Shout out to you. Says Fresh had plenty to say not to nut or not in or wrap it. Well, it says Fresh had plenty to say not to nut in or wrap it. Yeah. Matter of fact, he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything at all.
4 weeks.
How did you know Pug CEO was the man to bust inside your sugar walls?
I have no idea. I just feel like maybe everything happens. It was meant to be, to meet him even. Out of all the people in Miami, every day I go out, I get so many approach every day, wherever. The night we met at the party, and there were other guys. They were like, another guy, he's really, really into me. So Fresh was there as well. And I just don't know, like somehow he just got me curious. Everybody, like,
how she's smiling about this. Like, you could tell she still loves him, right? After he did all that to her, she's still smiling about how she met this guy. That reminds me of my mom talking about how my dad met. She and my dad met, and like you could just see the joy on her face. Women don't fake this, bro. If they actually don't like you, they won't fake this. She's clearly reminiscing about when she met that pug-faced weirdo.
Like, out of everybody, like, when they see me interesting, they would come talk to me or making some nonsense. But this guy, he was just like staring at me, not saying anything, like full of questioning on his face. That just caused my curiosity. Because usually, I get a lot of approach, so it's not interesting for me. So I was like, okay, who's this guy? And then, okay, finally he said hi to me. He's like, where are you from? And I said, guess, if you're right, I will drink. If you're wrong, then you drink. So he was like, okay, this is interesting. And then he DM'd me. And then we went out. He's romantic. He's good at planning dates. And
so he actually didn't do what most guys would do in a scenario where they would meet a beautiful girl, and it worked for him, right? So I would have probably been one of those dudes that would probably approach her, holler at her because I thought she looked good, right? But she actually went for the guy who did the opposite, right? Because she was so used to so many guys thirsting after her. He was Fresh, not really doing that, but definitely showing interest, and it got her curiosity. So again, you can that works. That works. Again, it just shows you women are different, right? Some of them like being approached. Some beautiful women, they just find it more of a nuisance, and they'll go for the guy who isn't, approaching. That makes sense. And she went with the guy that didn't approach in this scenario. So that made sense. He was laid back, he was chill, and still played it right. So I would say, hey, from the approach segment, that works. He did it right.
Kind of dominate. He was just good at everything. He was saying things to me that made me feel it's real. He was genuine, and he made me feel special. Maybe no matter what other people were saying, like what he did to other girls, or even I found out later though, not when I just started.
What did you think hearing this?
What did I think about what?
About what you heard right now?
I'm not sure.
Because there's a whole narrative that this girl was trying to baby trap him, or she wasn't really into him. She's there for the money or whatever it is. But when I hear her speak, you can notice in her face, you see how she smiles when she think about him.
Yes.
Like, I was actually surprised by this part because everyone's asking the same question. You know what people asking? Yeah. Yo, why'd you get with Fresh? Like, you seen him, but you look at her, that's the face of somebody who's actually into him.
But she was impressed. So she was
honestly, I think she's still in love with him. I'm gonna just be real with you. I think that part of the anger and resentment she feels right now is partially because deep down she still cares. She's just pissed off that he's on the surface doesn't seem like he cares about her, right? So again, yeah, I see this. She definitely likes the guy, man. Again, you guys out here just talking, y'all know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You got game.
yeah. So that's just one thing that I want to establish. Okay, why are you exposing him publicly?
Another good question.
Why? Because obviously now I hate him. I hate him for not being a man, stand up for his child, and not taking the responsibilities after. He doesn't have to love me, or he can break up with me. That's fine. For me, it's okay. It's some guy I seen for 4 months. I was like gonna get over with it, but I'm pregnant. This is serious for me.
This is just a bit of a sidewalk, but Fresh and Fit fan accused Fresh of buying you a bracelet for 30 grand. On a podcast, he said he never paid a dime. Nobody has a receipt. Is this true?
The Chinese escort, because I'm about to get Fresh on this one too. So Fresh, you gave an extremely expensive Von Cleef bracelet, which are worth up to 30K, to a Chinese escort you just met. Now, Fresh, you claim that you didn't give her the gift. That's what you claim.
Show me the proof.
But the escort says that you did.
Look at her page in detail. What does she have on there? Multiple gifts from herself, by the way, or from her ex. Whatever she does for her money, bro, is up to her. So to put that on me, just because you want to say, oh, Fresh is a simp, wrong.
So you didn't buy it?
Fresh, so can you
No.
You're just trying to say that he bought the bracelet. He didn't buy the bracelet.
And
No, it's not true. He paid half and I paid half. Like I said, how much? Around 30K. Well, first I still have the conversation. I told him, what's the issue if you tell everyone you bought me the bracelet? Like, why can't you tell everyone? Why can't you speak the truth? Like, why are you like pretending it, like hiding it? But then he was like, don't say it. He just told me to shut up.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. It's a big deal to them.
Yes.
It's a big
Bro, I'm not spending 30K on a woman for a bracelet if it wasn't a big deal. You know, bro, what? $30,000? Are you kidding me, dude? Fresh. Listen, maybe when you started out with the approach, you knew what you were doing, but then you just reverted into the future faking role, the girlfriend role now. Like, what boyfriend, girlfriend? Like, what are we doing here, bro? I shot the Crimson with the 2 says for Destiny, he had a similar drama with Lav Lewin. Yeah, Lav's a fucking train wreck, bro. Right? Even Alba called it out. And yeah, we're supposed to believe Destiny is a good judgment of character, and he surrounds himself with people like that. Like, why are we surprised that Destiny's takes are like this right now? He doesn't. I don't think he understands women as well as he thinks he does. All right, it is what it is, bro. That's the notion I'm getting. Yeah, you can listen. You can talk to hot chicks, you can whatever it is, but you don't understand women the way you think you do, bro. That's why you're probably frustrated that she left you for discount freaking Ezra Miller over here that wears dresses. TJ Blackmore with the 5 shout out to you says for a guy who's all about female accountability, Fresh certainly has none himself. What does Myron always say? Actions have consequences. Yeah. Apparently, for Myron, Fresh's actions shouldn't have consequences, which is stupid, right? But yeah, you're absolutely right, TJ. These guys preach this nonsense all the time, but when the roles are reversed, oh wait, hold up now, you can't hold me accountable. What are you saying? What's going on?
deal to the fans, and it's a big deal to them because it really makes you look like I see them.
Yep.
I wouldn't give a shit.
Simping.
You give things to people. You give things to people that you appreciate.
15 grand?
Wait a minute.
Some of you just met, but these guys always want to claim they don't pay for nothing. They don't do none of this stuff.
They don't have.
They don't use their money to get. But you realize they all do it.
They do. They do. That's what we're talking about. They do. All right. You can't say you're not a simp, then turn around and spend 15 grand on a bracelet. Like, you're simping, dude. Like, it is what it is. You're just like any one of these high value simps over here that does this stuff, right? I've never spent 15K on a woman. What? Why? Like, if the feelings are mutual and genuine, why do I need to spend money for it? Like, not even that. Why do I have to spend 15 grand? Like, I'll take her out on dates and I'll pay for it. I got no problem with that, right? But to spend 15 grand on jewelry, why am I even buying her jewelry? I just met her 2 months ago. Again, Fresh's game seems more in line with someone who's manipulative than someone who just accidentally stumbled into this.
They're all doing it. They're paying for random girls' apartments. They're all doing this kind of stuff. So Why is he lying? Not because it's a big deal, but it's like Preach said, it's a big deal to the fans. And now you have to double down, triple down on the lie. And it's almost insulting because your fans are being like, yo, are you living up to your principle? You're like, yes, I am. You guys are lying and saying I'm not. When you just ask the girl, it's like, oh, no, he's lying about it. So the only reason I brought this up is because Fresh can't be trusted about what he says on this topic because he's already proven time and time again he's going to lie to protect his reputation.
Fact.
Do you think?
But then you see idiots who are taking Fresh's side. It just shows you they're super biased on this. They just want to see this woman fuck up. That's just what they want to do, which is fine. It is what it is. But just admit you're a weirdo. That's all this is. Because the evidence out there proves that Fresh is culpable in this, bro. He's not innocent. But y'all are trying to go the baby trapping narrative? Really? The Mad Titan, shout out to you for the 5. Mad Titan says, Fresh is a boy playing a grown man game and lost epically. Facts. How you a grown man supposed to be teaching men how to be grown men and then lose at a grown man's game? Like, in the worst way possible, too.
That all this is good for your future baby?
That's another good fucking question.
Yeah.
It's not. That's why in the beginning, it's not good for the baby, actually. That's why I just want to tell the truth, because when I first test positive, and I was just kind of shocked because I just want to see where his head's at, and then I try to like talk to him. I called him. I text him. He acts like nothing happened. Like, not my business. Like, woman, not my business. Deal with.
You can't do that. You can't do that and then claim that wow, she's a scumbag for putting this all out in public. She tried to contact you multiple times privately and you brushed her off. And then now you're mad because she made it public. But if she hadn't have made it public, you would have never addressed it. You would have tried to sweep this under the rug. So it seems like she did this more in line to protect themselves from monsters like you. Like, again, what is this? What am I hearing, bro? Y'all are just so weird supporting Fresh on this shit. Really. Yo, Perry Unlikely with the 5 shot to you says, what the hell? Men look to Fresh for life advice because of his cars. Shaking my head. Let's buy every teacher in the hood a Lambo if that's easy getting the kids to listen. No, that's true. Like, get a Lambo, act like you got the money when you don't, and people will buy it. I even have idiots in my comment section talking about, there was an idiot that comes up, you're like, oh, see, Duke, come on. Why? Because Fresh got he was talking about Fresh's McLaren or some shit. I couldn't look at the comment. I was like, what? We've already debunked that. His McLaren was rented. All of his lifestyle was fake it till you make it. He doesn't have money like that, bro. None of them do. Okay? And even they're backing it up right now. It was rented, just like Andrew Tate's cars were rented. All of this shit was rented. But you guys bought the image hook, line, sinker. Because it's easy for it. It's easy. That's what I'm saying. I can't feel bad for people who get scammed, especially in this shit. People get crypto scam, all sorts of scam. I don't feel bad for you. Yeah, we'll advocate on your behalf because no one wants a scammer running around. But you deserve exactly what you get. There are people, it's not there aren't people out here telling you, hey, yo, this is what's happening. No, you deserve it. Because we're telling you, these guys are scammers. They've been fraudsters this entire time. Their 100K party, the first party they've launched was a scam. You expected to all of a sudden be truth tellers? Are you kidding me?
Deal with it. We're not together. Like, don't call me, don't text me, things like that. That was his behavior. I have a 37 minutes conversation between me and him. What if you think we don't keep the baby because we're not together anymore? Things happen. And I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take you to the hospital. That would be fine. I would be okay. But he did completely the other way around. That just made me so sad. That just made me so sad. How can you you said you love me like literally 2 weeks ago and wanted to claim a future with me, and now you're acting like this with me.
When did you tell him you're pregnant?
On the 30th. Yeah, I called him immediately. When I exposed him, when I start to decide to expose him.
Right there, I'd asked her, when did you call the lawyer? So so essentially what happened was she called him on the 30th of March, being like, hey, wait, 30th of March? Am I thinking the right date? What are we right now?
March.
No, we're in April. We're April.
We're April?
April 7th.
Okay, sorry. So we called her on 30th of March, telling her she's pregnant. And I think on April 4th, that's when she started exposing him. So on
'cause
April
she
4th,
denied and everything. And
yeah, because when she contacted him, he's just like, bro, I don't know you. Get the fuck away from me. Like, no, that's your problem. Go deal with it. And so she's like, yo, you got me pregnant. You just gonna disappear on me. So when she exposed her, she's like, I'm calling a lawyer. I'm going to figure this whole shit out. And so that's the timeline of how things went down. It's two.
That actually makes more sense. It makes more sense with that timeline because that's what a lot of his fans weren't understanding because they were thinking, oh yeah, this shit was just immediate. She found out she was pregnant and she just went out and exposed him online without talking to Fresh about it. No, she found out she was pregnant, tried to get in contact with Fresh for like 4 days. Fresh didn't do it, so then she lawyered up. She decided, okay, he clearly doesn't want anything to do with this. I've clearly been duped here. Let me go ahead and take steps to protect myself. Otherwise, I'm fucked. This is a perfectly normal, rational thinking from someone who's intelligent and wants to go ahead and plan ahead. Y'all are sitting here saying, oh, well, isn't it so weird that she just went to the lawyer right away? Fresh was the one that got an actual lawyer on the show. What are we doing?
+2
2 + 2 is 4. Yeah. That's magic.
No. And then I asked her who decided that.
Who decided that? That's just logic. That's just the math. Without this, the world doesn't function. You can't count on anything. Everybody knows that.
The reason why I'm saying that because Fresh got caught. I think it was was it Muhammad Hijab, right? He was interviewing Muhammad Hijab, and Fresh was like, who decided? Because they were talking about God and shit, and they were talking about like who created what and what created what, right? And then Fresh thought he had something going where he's like, oh well, 2 + 2, what does it equal? 4, right? Well, who decided that? It's like, huh? What do you mean? It's math. You don't decide that. It's just the laws, right? That's like asking, well, who decided that the Earth should have oxygen? The way the Earth formed and decided that. Like, what? It's just how it is now. Like, it is how it is, bro. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense.
Idiot.
I needed to know the answer.
You're not good.
Okay.
Abba's a savage. Now he's getting petty. He's getting petty, bro. He's getting real petty.
He's probably undereducated. He doesn't have anything else to say on the podcast.
But you let this dummy bust inside you. Why?
Yo, that's facts. Yo, Abba's not holding back. Yeah. Hey, listen, ladies, if you're gonna shame your baby daddy, just know you let him create a baby with you. So you're equally dumb. And now your little baby is probably gonna be dumb like Fresh. It sucks, but it's just consequences, right? I mean, shout out to John with the 5. I can't believe she lost her GF to a femboy on some Kurt Cobain shit. Destiny's just a self-loathing woman, makes other lesbos look bad. Yeah, it's starting to look bad over here. He needs to, again, let's just give him a little leeway to get through this pill popping stage. I just hope he grows out of this shit. Okay, but listen, Destiny, you're not innocent in this too. They warned you about this open relationship shit while you're married, so everybody could see that's a bad idea, but you wanted to do it, and then you're surprised that she left you for a guy who's more feminine than you are, more broke. Like, I don't know. You can't. You gotta blame yourself. Okay, so yeah, he's just self-loathing, bro. But I hope he grows out of it because Destiny's a talented dude. I mean, we can clown him right now, but he's a talented guy. It's just, bro, what his takes right now are just insane. That's why it just makes it more shocking. It's like, dude, you're smart, and this is the best you can do. Really? That's weird.
I mean, you can't talk shit about it.
Damn.
He was coding your sugar walls. I'm just saying. You know?
God damn, Abba.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that before because I just thought he's funny.
Then you're gonna end up with a dumb baby.
Yo, that's facts. I should have thought about that, right? Hey, listen, ladies, if you're thinking about having kids, make sure the guy you're having kids with has a brain cell or a couple brain cells to rub together, okay? Because part of the consequences is you might have a dumb baby. And honestly, just looking at Fresh's IQ, it's not looking good, bro. It's really not looking good for Abba Jr., okay? He's going to be a dumb baby, but he will be alive, and hopefully he or she will be healthy. So, yeah, hey, yeah, that's dumb. You're going to have a dumb baby, bro. Just, hey, hopefully, he or she, whatever the baby ends up being, takes after you. But then knowing that you got with Fresh, it's just not looking good for the baby either way. I don't know. This is not good. Glassy has with a 2 shot. He says, from Kelly Goodman, did Fresh win the biggest L of 2024? This might be the biggest L of 2024. We're not even at the end of the year yet, bro. But you already know this is making the list. This is making a list at the end of the year this year. You already know we did the biggest L of 2023. Who won that one? Wasn't that was that no, it was Fresh and Fit won that one last year, right? Or was it Saint the Center? Y'all remember who won? But I don't know. This one might be tough, okay? Because you got Rolo and all these guys, but Fresh, this is easily the biggest L of 2024 by any margins.
Any regrets about how this whole thing has unfolded so far?
Yeah. First, for being so dumb, letting him come inside on me without marriage.
Isn't that what these guys tell girls? Hey, don't let guys come inside of you until they put a ring on it. But yet Fresh isn't taking that advice. Wow, but it's I'm glad she came to that conclusion on her own.
And I don't regret exposing. I don't. Yeah. Who's Abba?
I asked her if she's gonna have a boy. Does she know what she's gonna name him?
Oh my god. I don't know. Don't ask me this question because I haven't decided yet.
What about the name Abba?
Well, I got so many DMs already that they want to step in and they want to be the stepfather.
Yo, why am I not surprised? Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, even the Sims that are sitting here clowning her online, they secretly probably the ones DMing her. Like, hey, yo, I know Fresh fucked up, but I could be that man. I could be that man that you always wanted. Yo, this is who they are. Why are we surprised? It's probably their fans too, like just going behind Fresh's back. Hey, I know that nigga fucked up. He's dumb. We've been telling Myron to get his ass off the show, but you know who ain't dumb? Me, girl. I'm the only guy you need. I'll take good care of you, okay? I'll get you an apartment. I'll get you the car. I'll even get you Fresh's dog. But I'm not surprised, dude. These guys that tell you single mamas are losing, they're not losing out here. They're men who are simping behind the scenes. All right. Sometimes y'all don't hear about it, but it's evident. They're all over the place, bro. They're not losing. I'm not surprised she's already getting offers. Brian Scotty GLL Harris with the 5 shots. He says Destiny is obviously friends with FNF. No, they are. They actually admitted it in that last live stream we covered. They're friends now. Right? They were giving him props, and Destiny is among one of the crew, which I find it just disturbing. But I'm not saying that he can't be friends with Myron and them. It's just that if you're not holding your friends accountable, then that's just kind of weird, bro. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, you're right. They are friends. But I think Destiny is trying hard to pretend that he's biased. He's not biased, but he is biased. And we'll find out in the next clip here. He says that's where these biased bad takes are coming from. Not surprised at all. Yeah. I was actually surprised. I was genuinely, especially when he called her a subhuman filth. I was like, yo, what? Whoa, what got into Destiny?
Already, niggas is stepping in trying to be the stepdaddy.
They already ready. They got the ring.
I will say this:
Step in the name of love.
if you end up having legal troubles and they sue you and whatever, if you name that kid after me, I'll pay for all your legal troubles.
I second that. I'll also put my hand in the pot. Matter of fact, let's every content creator that's ever clowned Fresh and Fit. All right. I'm not saying if you got the resources, join us. This is the new movement. Hold these niggas accountable. That's what we got to do. All right. Hold the nigga accountable movement. That's what we call it. All right. If she calls this baby Abba, bruh, I'm chipping in. I'm chipping in, bro. Abba, you're not doing this alone. I want to see Abba Jr. out here running around. Okay, so let's do it. I'm in. So she's not alone here. So she's gonna have more than enough money here, especially if more people start jumping in on this. Fresh and Fit. You guys, what? YouTube not even paying y'all right now. It's not gonna work out too well for you guys. All right, and best believe it's Abba starting this. I'm getting all this. More people are gonna jump in. More people because now just out of spite. They want to see this happen. All right. So now, just because y'all thought you can clown this girl and get her scared and running off and leaving you guys alone, you just created a monster. You just did the opposite situation now. Now she has access to ample resources to fuck you motherfuckers over. Just like Andrew Tate, the girl that he's suing right now in Miami, where y'all are at right now, right? And she has like serious legal backing now because they realized that Andrew Tate was unfairly targeting her, him and his crew. They were trying to intimidate her with these bullshit frivolous lawsuits. And now they lawyered up with good lawyers, and it's giving Tates the run for their money. Now they realize, oh shit, this war we started may not make sense financially. Fresh and Fit are about to understand what that really looks like. Go ahead and start this war. You want to bring your lawyer in? Go ahead and start this war. She's going to have resources. We will make sure of that. You're done. You're done. You got to name it Baby Abba, though. You got to name it Abba. I'm dead ass, bro. I'm dead ass, bro. We writing checks out here. M. Dot with the 5. Shout out to you. Says, oh, that 5. I'm sorry. M. Dot with the 10. Let's get a W in the chat for M. Dot. M. Dot says, dude's already lining up to be a stepdad for her. Single moms are winning despite what the RPs or Pearl says. Hi, Devin. Yeah, she definitely won out on this one. Pearl still has no takers to wife her despite offering 9 acres. I know. Think about it. Pearl's single, roughly the same age as this woman over here, Daisy, right? But Pearl's not getting those marriage offers. Pearl doesn't even have a guy trying to knock her up or baby trap her. Pearl just has nobody. She giving them land too when they don't want it. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's just jealousy, bro. These guys, they're jealous because women are winning all around. And it's I get it. I get it. They feel a certain type of way, but y'all, there's nothing y'all can do about it because at the end of the day, the guys who are lusting after these women are other men. So you need to figure out how to curb a lot of men's sexuality. But no, if you guys don't want to hold men responsible and their sexuality responsible, then you can't get mad because they're turning women out here. That's what they're doing. They're turning these women out. Look what Fresh is doing right now. He's turning these women out. So then why complain about the women you're creating? That doesn't make any sense to me. Yo, John with the 2, shout out to you, says Eric Atlas Weeks. Oh, man, no. I guarantee you, listen, if there's anything that's going to get Fresh to at least smarten up and, fly straight, is the fact that knowing his future kid is going to be named after his most horrible op on YouTube. The worst op he's ever dealt with on YouTube. I mean, that's 18 years of trauma right there. Beyond. I don't know, if there's anything that's going to get a dude to step up and avoid this shit would be the fact that Alba just made this announcement. If Fresh doesn't wisen up and decide, hey, baby, let's not do that. Let's not go that route. It's over, bro, because you can't do this for life.
That's a promise. So if you need help financing a lawyer to fight off Fresh and Fit, man, you mean, if Walter Jr. over there got the name Abba, I'll pay all them bills. I'll sleep. Hey, listen.
Hey, you're not alone, bro.
As far as I'm concerned, I think you deserve every dime.
What's her name? We don't know her last name.
Daisy. That's what we all call her. Okay.
I think it's Daisy Chen. I think her name is, well, not a name, but or at least on her page is Daisy Fit Chen. So, I mean, I guess that Chen is in there for a reason. I think that's probably her last name.
Imagine she names him Abba Preach Daisy.
I'm paying them legal fees.
Why not? That's your son now, bro. Why not?
I will double the video output on this channel to pay for little Abba Preach Daisy to get all that child support. Every dime. If that nigga's gonna have Walter's genetics, she deserves child support. He gonna need every financial advantage to be able to make it in life, and he gonna have Pug CEO's genetics.
I'm with it.
Yeah, okay? I'm with it too.
That's a promise, Daisy. Just drop our names, even if it's just middle names. I'll take that. I just want my legacy to live on it.
Yo, Abba, you a savage, dog. Yo, Abba, you are a fucking savage. But I love it. I love it. Like, I couldn't even come up with this. I probably think, yo, that's going too damn far. But yo, Abba is not playing. And I love every minute of it. Because what would be a bigger life lesson learned by these pill popping weirdos if not having this situation happen exactly to Fresh? Maybe one day he would think about, before he busts up in the club, he goes ahead and wrap it up. Maybe he doesn't want another child of his coming into this world being named after an op. Just being real. He needs to wake up right now.
Yo, don't lie. That's gangster.
I said so.
I'll pay every dime.
I said so.
Oh, to be clear, guys, I'm not joking. I will pay for the lawyer if that baby has my name in it.
You don't even know how much a lawyer fee can be.
No, it's going to be expensive. That's for sure. At least 10 grand to start. But that's nothing. If more people contribute, that's nothing. That's nothing. No, bro, I got 10. I'm sure if I got 10, Alba definitely got way more than that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Alba got way more than that for sure. I'm sure that, bro, trust me, it's manageable. It's manageable. She can get it taken care of out here. Like, we gonna bury these foods for sure. We gonna bury these foods. Taylor May, shout out to you for the 2. Taylor May says, Fresh fumble a cute, sweet girl. Not surprised. They all fumble this shit. I told you guys don't know what good women look like.
Bro, Do you see how I live my life? You don't think I got money to spend? This will be one of the greatest hobbies I will ever undertake.
I was looking straight at the camera and I didn't flinch.
You better not. And I'll say this too. I'm going to also encourage her to make sure she shares custody.
Yes. Yes.
Every time little Abba preach things, you go up to Walter, she go pop up. Hey, my name. That
you are a demon, Abba. You are a demon, bro. Look, even preachers like, damn. I don't know if I would go that far. Yo, Abba, damn. Yo, you are a fucking demon, Abba. Whoa, what the? He said, I'm gonna make sure you share custody too. Every time you call that dude's name, he gonna remind you of me. Yo, you're a fucking demon out here. Somebody stop this man. Yo, this is my boy. That's crazy, dog.
That's crazy.
Yo.
Hey, listen, you know what they say, right? Revenge is a dish best served with some child support.
Yo.
You're gonna have it. That's crazy.
Thank you so much. Okay, have a good day.
Yo, fucking Abba, no, you crazy. You crazy as hell. Yo, this is, y'all see how we handle ops on the show. I would have never thought of this. This shit is just insanely savage. That puts Abba on a different level, bro. Yo, any of y'all want beef with these two, stop playing with them. Stop playing with them, dog. Yo, Abba's a savage with this. All right. Let's get into, that's pretty much it for the interview, but I want to get into Destiny's part real freaking quick here, because it's just absolutely ridiculous. So we watched this interview, we watched it back and forth. We see that, okay, maybe Fresh isn't as innocent as we thought he was. Maybe Fresh was egging this whole future faking relationship on. Maybe he actually convinced her enough that, you know, he was in love with her, right? And now it's completely different. Absolutely right. Now here's Destiny's take on it. We're not gonna listen to it too long because honestly, all it is like literally the first 10 minutes, and you can tell exactly where he is. And you can even read the rest of the comments here. He doesn't actually change his opinion. He doesn't at all. He just triples down, doubles down, and it quadruples down. It's bad.
Yes, my period just came. Sad. And 5 days ahead, you play a good game. Oh, okay, I see. What game? This game on bed. I'm confused. Oh, well, just kidding. I meant you are safe, just letting you know. Next time, it won't be so lucky. Oh, I wasn't worried. I didn't want to pull out anyway, but that's good. You got your period. So you're being a dick. I didn't reject you because I don't mind being pregnant with you, baby. No, I'm saying I like you a lot, and once you're happy, I'm happy. What's this next message?
Well, go to the next page.
The Chinese text says that messages are deleted. Is that what it actually says? Do I have any Mandarin readers in here? Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, just
click this. Go here. Am I able to extract? No shot. Did that just work? Oh, delete. It is deleted. Translate from Chinese simplified. You have deleted this message. Ooh, that is what this means. Did they ask her about the deleted message? It doesn't tell you when you deleted the message, does it? It might not be a big deal, by the way.
It doesn't. It's still going in order, even if it's deleted.
I don't know. This shows to me that Fresh knows she wants a kid. Okay.
What do you mean, okay? So why don't you just admit it wasn't a baby trapping situation? Why don't you admit, okay, yeah, Fresh looks like he wants a kid, but it doesn't seem like it's baby trapping. Just admit you were wrong.
I feel like when you, sometimes you guys are reading through certain messages, I feel like you guys are trying to like look for you're digging really hard for implications about really, really, really serious things. And I feel like if it was actually happening, I feel like you'd see something way more concrete. Clearly, this shows they were texting. Yeah, obviously they were texting.
Destiny, you're literally staring at the comment where he says he didn't want to pull out anyways, but that's good. You got your period. What does that tell you, bro?
He lied that he wanted to have a kid with her to sleep with her. Why would he be saying that's good you got your period?
Because he's glad that she didn't actually get pregnant. That's why he says that.
I'm really confused at both of their responses, to be honest. The problem is that one is she's ESL, so the language is already gonna be a little bit weird. But two, it's hard when we've only got like a selection of messages. I feel like I don't know. Also, I don't want to do a thing like I could be biased in the direction of a thing where I feel that's possible. Also, I don't want to sound mean or whatever, but like we've polled the audience before. If nobody here has like relationship experience, I feel like sometimes you guys will read a message where like I could totally message somebody like this. Hey, what's up? Nothing much. Finally took my pregnancy test. It came back negative. Aw. No babies for us then? Frowny face. Next time. Like it's possible I've even had a conversation like this where I could totally have a back and forth like this with somebody and neither of us want kids. But this is just like, we're just like texting each other. Like
you just have back and forth conversations about having unprotected sex with a woman and shooting up in her raw and it just means nothing. Are you high? Who has normal what? Why are you even playing these dangerous games? Why are you having these baby conversations with a girl if you're not even having a baby? So clearly, yo, Destiny, this is cope, bro. This is so bad. You're coping hard as hell. Wow.
But I feel like you guys would see something like this in text and you'd be like, oh, well, he knows. He said that he's implying he wants babies. No babies person with a frowny face. That means he wants kids. And then her saying next time with a smiley, next time she's trying to get pregnant. Like, I just, when it comes to like cutesy relationship texting or whatever, like you need way more context here to figure out like what the fuck is actually being spoken about.
What? So wait a minute, you're going after your audience right now for them most of them not having massive experience with relationships, and then saying, well, we need more context to these screenshots. It's not just what we see. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? All the context is right there. You're the one who's making up excuses. Your fans are telling you you're wrong. Matter of fact, let me scroll down real quick. Let's see what the hell is going on, right? This guy says, call me emotional and I'll knock you out. Spoken like a true non-emotional person. This just says, go meet me in person and call me then emotional person and get knocked out unemotional person. This one's, they're clowning fresh. I think this interview Abba did was a lot more conclusive. The relationship with most parties, hard to trust what anything says about what he's a known compulsive liar. Yeah. This one says, Destiny proven the autism accusations accurate. Wait, are people accusing Destiny of having autism? This guy says, Jesus Christ, Destiny can never admit he's wrong. He's such a Hassanism. Little Abba would be a beautiful baby. He'd be beautiful, but it definitely going to be a dumb baby. I'm just going to be real, bro. If Fresh having a baby, it's going to be a dumb baby, bro. This guy says, Destiny is the same person who said Lav is smart, Melina is mature, and he would trust Brittany Simone with his bank details. Yeah, and we're supposed to trust Destiny on his judgment, on character. Someone who says Lav is a great person. This one says, Destiny isn't biased because he's friends with Myron. He's biased because he's a fuckboy himself. And being trapped is also something he fears as a cautionary and cautiously avoids. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Maybe that is true. Maybe he's not out of friendship with Myron. Maybe he doesn't want to be baby trapped either. This guy says, Destiny would rather be raked over hot coals than admit he was wrong. Bro, you getting, let me go into the newest. I'm going to go into the newest comments because these are the old ones, but he's getting fried. This one says, which one is fresh, the little gremlin or the bird-looking guy? This one's preach Destiny. This one says, BRB bareback nutting in a woman who isn't on birth control. That I love because I don't want to have a baby. Says, these comments, bro, they think just because most people don't agree with you, it means you're wrong. This guy says, her body is so much plastic. The 3 kids going to be 3D printed. This guy says, I love how Destiny viewers in these comments are suddenly pro-life. Y'all really need to think any of this justifies bringing a kid under any circumstances. The point still stands. She's creating a sad life for some child for the sake of money. Okay, we don't even have proof of that. This person says, everyone wants Fresh to be damned so bad. This guy says, Destiny is incredibly bad faith here. Holy shit. I agree. Says, y'all here in 19, what you do? As I said, so her saying you got lucky this time is her acknowledging he doesn't want to have kids, right? This guy says hating women arc. Yeah, it looks like a hating woman arc for him, bro. This is crazy. Every person, Yeah, meet us in person in our own studio/home if you say so, or do shit I don't like. I can make use of the Second Amendment. What a dork Myron is. Yeah, like all these excuses they're making doesn't even make any sense. Bro, Destiny, your chat doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, I like. It seems like they both really like each other. Like I get that for sure. Do you think Walter's capable of that kind of banter?
Yeah.
I don't think. I just don't read into this that he wanted a baby. No, not pregnant, no baby.
Oh shit.
Oh, you did a pregnancy test. My period just came.
Daisy's in the chat. Yo, Daisy, if you want to hop on, you can hop on. That's up to you if you want to hop on though. I'm gonna post the link in the chat. I will pin it for you, Daisy. All right, we'll pin it for you. It's pinned in the chat right now. If you're in the chat, I don't know, because people are messaging me right now saying you're in the chat. If you're in the chat, let me know. Hit the link, and then we'll actually close out the show with you. Oh yeah, she is in the chat. She says yeah. Oh yeah, click the link if you got time to hop on. No pressure, nothing. Just click the link real quick. Let me get this play out.
In 5 days ahead, you play a good game. Like I don't know if they. So for instance, if they've joked around about this, then obviously I'm going to read this all differently than if they've had like actual conversations about having a kid before. But I don't have the context. If he shoots blanks, then there's nothing wrong with saying I wasn't worried or I wouldn't have pulled out, meaning that he can come inside her without knowing he can't have kids. Yeah, maybe. Why not provide this clarity or this charity when speaking to Daisy? What do you mean? I literally gave her I asked questions to give her the opportunity to give like decent answers, and she failed every single one. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You didn't give her any opportunity to answer any questions. You literally just badgered her with a bunch of bullshit, and then afterwards you called her a subhuman filth. You didn't give her anything. You were a dick. Oh, shout out to Daisy. Let me know if you're ready for me to bring you on. I'll bring you on right now. Looks like she's ready.
I'm just gonna.
What's good, Daisy?
Hey, how are you?
You were a dick, bro.
So I've been watching your channel, and I really appreciate because you and Abba are like the only two YouTube channel are supporting me and telling the truth. Like you are being a real man. Like that just really like make me happy that I actually have someone that's standing on my side.
Yeah, like because here's the thing, we see it. Hold up. We see it as we call it, right? Because when we saw the whole scenario, it just made sense. Like, listen, no one was denying that you made some stupid choices. Because I mean, those are denying that, right? Go ahead.
I admit that I made a mistake. I am. I never said I didn't, and I'm ready to take the consequence. Like I'm pregnant and being dumped.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. So it just didn't make any sense that, and the thing is, it kind of made sense for us because we're used to clowning a lot of these. I call them pill poppers because that's all they do. They overdose on pills all day. But we clown these pill poppers because of their ideologies they put out there. And then once we see like the realities hit the road, it's crazy, right? But the thing that's even shocking is it wasn't surprising to me that their boys were gonna go out with a lot of these rumors, right? They're saying that you're an escort, oh, you're trying to baby trap them.
This is something that I want to clarify more on this.
Can you clarify that while you're here? Let everybody know right now. And I want to also
let all of this out. I'm gonna tell everything. Because I'm really confident and positive on all of this. Everything I said is truth. If I said anything that's not truth, I'm willing to take any legal actions. Mark my words, everyone. I'm a tourist here. I'm not an American citizen. You know, if I have the balls and power, confidence to say that, that means I'm not telling anything that's not true.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. By saying that I'm an escort, that's completely just being mean because I was on a show and they actually take girls that's doing this type of job. So they're just accusing me by going to that show and have this look. Well, obviously I had some plastic surgery, but I was born naturally.
Yeah.
Good looking. I'm not ugly. I only had my nose job done. Like this feature, my face, my skin is real, and my body, I worked hard for it. Like I did 3 years bodybuilding. I was on diet for 3 years. There was some moment that I couldn't even eat a banana or an apple for 3 months because I couldn't eat sugar. I was on diet, strict diet. I had nutrition. I had like professional coach to help me to get in that process to get that bodybuilding competition. I won many competitions before. So this body, they're accusing me that I'm fake or plastic. Please try yourself if you can get it by plastic.
Here's the thing. The reason why they're doing that, and we speculated that on this channel, which is part of the reason why we're saying, hey, you know, you were kind of dumb for getting involved with this guy, is because they have the reputation for dealing with girls like this, right? So even though like you look good, you're an attractive girl, and you're kind of they'll kind of see you on par with some of the other women that they deal with, because you got to understand, Fresh and Fit, they're known, and they don't hide this themselves, for using escort sites to date girls, right? So when they see, and Myron's also the one that talks about, hey, any woman that takes photos like you take photos, like you have on you used to have on your Instagram page, he's been programming his fans to believe that women who do stuff like that are whores, right? So it wasn't a surprise when Fresh made you public and they saw that your aesthetics match a lot of these other girls they saw on their show, they automatically lumped you in that. And to be honest, a lot of people, we weren't doing that on this channel because we wait for stuff to happen before we say shit. But a lot of other channels were running with that narrative that you were some kind of escort, which again, I said on the show, it's a consequence of dating or being involved with these men. It's just, you're going to be marked with that letter, right? But go ahead.
I want to say that I didn't know who he is when I met him.
And that's understandable.
I had no idea after everything got exposed when I was at the yard party. And then everybody started digging in me. Then I went to the show. It's not like I went to the show, I met him. If I knew him already, I would never started this relationship. Just because he actually gave me that feeling that he's genuine. So I didn't care. Okay, he explained to me that's his work. He has to say, or he has to do what he has to do, just for work. So I understood. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna step out. I'm not gonna watch your show. So I just ignored all of that stuff. I had no idea he's like such an irresponsible man. He lies.
That's where the ignorance come into play and the naivete, right? Because we say this all the time. Love is a weird thing. And that's one thing we did believe, that you were definitely in love with them. Like, love is a very, very strange thing, right? It'll make people do stupid things. You can't explain it, and you could even, you probably had people telling you, hey, stay away from these bozos. They're walking red flags, but you probably didn't listen because you were in love. We all went through that. We've all went through that. So we're chalked it up to just being dumb, right? That is what it is. You didn't know any better, but now that you do, it kind of makes sense. Now, one thing, before I get into the Miss Asia, I want to get into you, because I know you talked about the timeline between when you found out you were pregnant to when you tried to reach out to Fresh to you made everything public, right? Can you go into little details with that timeline? Because I think that's where a lot of people are being confused on, where they think, especially guys like Destiny, who thinks that, oh no, the moment you found out you were doing this, well, the fact that you made it public, well, it just means that you have ulterior motives for that. So can you explain the timeline for us?
I think he's just trying to do everything to protect this guy. Destiny is just trying so hard. Like, everybody knows what happened. I already explained this so many times, and I have all the proof. I recorded on the 30th of March, and I published it 4 days later. When I talked to him again, he ignored me for 4 days after he noticed I'm pregnant. He just let it be, like, ignored me. Instead, what he did, he was on a yard party, going out with his guys. Come on, your ex-girlfriend, like, is pregnant. Do something. Imagine, like, knowing I'm pregnant, like, being so emotional right now. Like, I really need baby's father to tell me what to do. So he ignored me for 4 days.
And this is your first pregnancy, correct?
Yes, first pregnancy.
That makes sense. That makes sense to have somebody around to help you out.
No matter if it's forced or, I just feel like if a woman is pregnant, it's serious, it's something that it's a whole life decision. I have to be responsible for myself as well and for the baby. If he talked through with me and he tell me he was going to, take me to the hospital or be there for me, take care of me, then maybe I would agree with him. Okay, we're not keeping the baby. I don't want to suffer. But instead, no, he ignored me for 4 days. Then that's the second time I text him. I went to do a blood test because I know maybe he thinks I'm trapping him. So I went to the hospital. I had my blood test, sent him again, just to ensure him this is true. Then that's the conversation that I posted.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't want the baby.
So let me ask you this question, because I don't know if you saw Fresh and Fit's response to this, but they were one of the main things was they were kind of like clowning you for making it public, right? Matter of fact, they were using the fact that you made it public, the very reason that they think you're trying to have a different motive for this altogether, right? Now, being that what you just said, would you, let's say if Fresh answered your phone calls or agreed to meet with you within those days you were reaching out to, would this have stayed private? Between you wouldn't have been out here. Okay, I just want you to go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you, people from China already know, even my friends from China. Some people I don't tell them what happened in China. They found out on internet. This is a huge reputation for me. My reputation is ruined. Like a Chinese girl pregnant with a,
you can say it, because he's ruining it for everybody.
American, that's for some reason it's kind of like shaming, and especially I'm going to be a single mother. I would never put myself out there because I value myself so much. I just, because I have no choice. I had no choice. He left me no choice. That's why. Because this man needs to get the punishment that he deserves.
Can you break down what you like? Okay, because I remember there was an interview that I watched where you said that because you were saying your life was already set in China, because this was to counter the whole gold digger narrative that they're putting out there, right? So you don't have to go into detail, but you did mention that you were with top surgeons and whatnot. So it definitely makes sense how your reputation could be tarnished at this point, right?
It makes good money in China.
About, your professional, hey, I don't need this money. I was actually set, but now that I'm in this predicament, my life could be a little bit different now.
Yeah, and he said I did all of this. Destiny said I did all of this because Fresh won't give me an apartment. But look what happened. First, I suggest him because I know this man, he's still young. He needs his own space. We're just starting a relationship. So, okay, I suggest him, babe, what do you think? We live separately, just to give you space. I tried so hard to keep this man, even to allowing him to go out with other women. I just told him, just don't tell me, because we just started a relationship. I don't want to lock him already, lock him down already. That's not fair. But for me, if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to commit to this man. And as he asked me for. So I agreed. And he also agreed with me. He's like, I want you to have the things you want. I said, you understand me. You understand my lifestyle. So I'm like, okay, this is great, babe. Because as a tourist, I can't rent an apartment here. I don't have credit here. So I asked his help. So he promised me he will do that. And we actually went to see the apartment. And we were going to get that. And then 10 days later, he regretted. And now my point is, it's nothing about that apartment. I would pay for myself because I had a conversation between me and him that after he broke up with me, he asked me to move out. I booked a hotel, and that night I wrote him, what if I stayed? If you're under pressure of any financial situation, or you're aware that you don't want to rent me that apartment or spend that money, I booked Airbnb. I also have the proof that I booked the Airbnb.
Oh, wow.
What he said. Do you know what he said?
Tell us.
Yeah, because he asked me to move out, but he didn't say, oh, we're going to break up. He just said he needs space. He needs to think. But I understood that totally that he played me. So I just
so when he was doing that, you were getting the vibes already that this guy is probably trying to back out of this. So when he was saying he needed space, his mood was that when you were trying to contact him and he ignored you and told you to move out, or this was before? Or this was after you tried to contact him and then he just said, move out, I need space?
No, that's before, when he started behaving bad. The day he talked to me that, oh, we're not going to get the apartment. I'm going to buy a house for us. What if you get pregnant? Don't you think a bigger house is better for the kid?
Wait, exactly. He said that?
He said that. What did he get pregnant?
Because guys in the chat that are listening, this doesn't sound like a baby trap scenario to me.
It's not baby trapping because we had a lot of sex, a lot. And every time he gets a lot of pressure and he say, like, oh my God, that's a lot of baby. Like, that's my son. He says that. He told me that. And he told everybody, all of his friends that this is wifey. Even to strangers, this is the real one. This is the man. This is wifey. How do you make me feel like every day you're telling everyone that I'm your girlfriend, I'm the main girl, I'm the wifey? Like, how do you make me feel like this is lying, you know? I believed him because I loved him. I chose to believe him. If I don't believe him, I don't want to be in a relationship. I was fully committed. So after he said that, told me that he didn't want to get an apartment, so I understood, okay, he's backing up.
And then after that, did you find out? That's when you found out you were pregnant and you wanted to reach out to him, and then he was ghosting?
I found out pregnant when I'm already in New York. I already left.
So you were, so
yeah.
he was being a little asshole before that.
Yeah, he was just trying to push me out. He had that conversation. He already planned. From that conversation, switched to, oh, babe, maybe we need our space. First, he asked me, just stay with me. I'm not going to get the apartment. I'm going to buy a house so you can move there. And then a few days later, he said, I need space. And I was like, okay, you need space. How about you go to New York? I'm like, okay, if that's what you want. And then I asked him, what if you do the lease? You sign the lease and I will pay for myself. He said no. And then I found out he told his broker that he's going to take that apartment instead on July. Because he told me he wanted to get a cheaper apartment. So that place was,
because what you're saying, it's definitely in contrast to the lifestyle they promote on their channel, right? Because it seems like it's very carefree. They're high value men, multimillionaires. They have all this. I mean, they say that women like you should be looking for providers and protectors like them, right? So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me why there's this massive contradiction between what the lifestyle they portray to the cameras and the way he's speaking with you. Because if he's a multimillionaire driving Lambos and, you know, all these different things, it should be easy to just co-sign an apartment, especially with you having, you know, your background, and you seem like you're not like a leech. You have your own money, you come from your own situation, so you would have no problem doing that. What is up with this kind of double talk here? Does he have money or does he not have money? Because you can't.
from my opinion, he doesn't. I had this feeling. But before I wasn't sure, but after he told me he's not going to rent that apartment, it's like 4K or something, 4.5.
He made a big deal about the monthly rent.
Yeah, he made a big deal with that. And he also told me he wanna like get apartment for himself for that price, because he's staying some place that's higher price. So I understood, okay, wait, maybe you have some financial issue. So I was like still trying to understand him, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, babe, I'm gonna pay for myself. I just want to know that you want to be with me. And he still like set him in space.
Let's say this, right? Let's say, okay, it turns out he didn't have as much money as they pretend to have, right? Would that have been a deal breaker for you? Like, let's say you found out later on he wasn't as rich as you thought it was. Would you have like been like, I'm not interested because you lied to me about your money, or you even like, okay, I don't know why you lied to me, but I'm glad that we're honest now. What kind of role would you have been on?
I've never asked him how much money you make per year, because he claimed that on social media that he makes 1 million per year. So from the beginning, I was thinking this is nothing to lie about, because from my country, the culture is people are trying so hard to be low profile. They don't even want to show their money. And I would never meet anyone that trying to scam, to be pretending to be rich like that, you know, just to get girls. This is just boring, because people in China, they're working so hard, like trying to get their stuff, you know, like financially.
My buddy, he graduated from UW-Madison here. His parents got him a house. They deposited $100,000 check in his account for a house after he graduated too. That was his graduation present. No, so what about he's from China. His parents.
Oh yeah.
After he graduated from like college here, they gave him a gift, which they
That's
bought.
why
They helped him get settled here in Wisconsin. Like he bought him a
That's
house and
why.
everything. So yeah,
There's
so
no
I know
reason
for a
for me.
fact, you know, they got money.
There's no reason to trap him. Why would I trap this guy? There's
Yeah.
so many billion Chinese that's out in New York, Los Angeles, everywhere. Since I'm already in New York, like in state, there's like just full of American citizens. I could trap anyone that's better than him.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I really didn't care about that money, that fame, that stuff. Okay, I like him. I just really liked him. You know.
So let's say if you found out he was
Whether
actually broke though, right? Because I know you guys didn't have a conversation. Would you still be with him?
if he
Let's say
still want me,
if he's still okay, if he's broke and he still wanted you, you would still stay with him because you actually genuinely loved him.
Yeah, because he never told me, and that from the financial situation, he didn't lie about that because he never told me that, oh, I make this much money or that. He just shows us that he has the Lambo, he has the this and that. But I figured out everything by my own already. Like even before I broke up, I just know that he's not that big.
Because you're probably used to dating or being approached by guys who are probably at the net worth he claims to be. So you've probably seen some behavior patterns between Fresh and the guys you've had experience with, and you're like, something's not right here.
Yes. But he enjoy his money, that's for sure. Like no matter how much he makes, but he enjoy his money. Like.
And you mean like he spends a lot, right?
Yeah, he spends money. He's not cheap.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why they're running a little low on it. So let's get into this Miss Asia thing, where because a lot of people they're looking and wonder because Abba's able to verify, and I saw pictures of you. It looked like you were definitely part of a pageant that said Miss Asia on it. But why isn't there any like websites or anything like that?
There is website. Check Daisy Chen Miss Asia winner 2020. Right? If you check on Google, I believe there are at least 30 or 40 pages about me that's in Middle East because
oh shit, okay,
ask anyone in Lebanon, everybody knows me. Everyone in Lebanon knows me.
Oh, it is Middle East. Oh, okay, that's why they were not seeing it because they were expecting to see something from.
It's not in the West Side, it's in Lebanon.
Do you mind if I pull up this website? Would that be cool?
Of course, I don't mind.
All right, let me share this. Okay. All right, chat. There it is. Hold up. There we go. Right here. Oh, let me zoom out real quick. So Miss China Daisy Chen won Miss Asia World 2023 title at Casino du Libyan stage. Wow. Yeah. It's right here. It's this is definitely not an American website, but yeah, no, that's
so okay, let me also clarify that they're accusing me for being escort and being on this kind of website. Just use the brand. If I'm a Miss Asia and I'm a former bodybuilder, why would I put myself on the internet on a
it doesn't make sense.
Escort website? That is
it doesn't make any sense. We even one thing that the reason why I didn't believe those escort claims is just actually because of Myron and Fresh themselves, right? Before
when they were
defending you, they were saying no because their audience were already primed to look at you as a hoe or escort or whatever the hell it is. But Myron and them already knew that you weren't, right? So they were actually defending you. They were defending your background. They were defending your professional stuff that you did back there. So they spoke very highly of you, defending you from the fans that they've created, right? The monsters they've created, right? But I just find it hilarious, and I think a lot of people are realizing now how they just flipped. Now that you're pregnant, you're a gold digger. You're all these things getting pumped out of this Fresh and Fit rumor mill is being applied to you now, and I think part of it is A, to discourage you, B, to get you wild enough to go through with an abortion or just kind of quietly disappear, because they've done this to other women before, right? They've done this to Anna Quinn. That's the main one a lot of people are pointing out. Miss Cheeks was an OnlyFans model that Myron actually did this to that got her pregnant, but I think she got rid of the baby. But this has happened before. So again, it just kind of makes sense that they're doing this and trying to make their fans look like, hey, you know, this is just another thing, another girl just trying to keep us on the hook or whatever, not realizing that there's more to
They
this.
are fucking with the wrong woman.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously. And I don't know if you've seen the rest of Abba's video, but he's ready to go. I'm ready to throw down too. So
I
you got
know.
support. Yeah, no, because it's a listen. We've been clowning these guys for a long time. Okay, we've been clowning them, and it's high time somebody's gonna hold them accountable. And if that someone is you, a woman who they thought they can just pump and dump and then send back to China, you gotta make a statement. That's just how it is, right? Make a statement, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. And your reputation, if you just lose let's say you stop right now, your reputation, what else do you have now? You got nothing, right?
I've got nothing to lose. I'm pregnant.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why you have to keep fighting. You got nothing. You got nothing else to lose.
I've got nothing to lose. I already lost my reputation, whether it's true or not. People are gonna hate me. I can't control what people say.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, but I think it'll be a little bit different though once they see the baby. They're not. Yeah, people's minds are gonna like flip, because that's evidence right there. Like, yo, Fresh, the fact that you're not even there and you got your girl out here running around being a single mom. This is weird. Like, see, right now, because there's no baby and we got ultrasounds and whatnot, it's easy for them to like sit there and hope maybe it's not true, right? But once you're staring at a baby, right, you're staring at your baby, it's hard. And people are right now in the interview, and I was saying this earlier before you hopped on, I said that interview you did with Abba was probably the best thing out there, because it got a lot of people, because Abba Fresh and Fit, they got they got history, right? So it's good enough because you're gonna get a lot of their fans, Fresh and Fit wise, that are split, because there's a split right now. You're gonna get those guys that are calling Fresh and Fit out for the nonsense they're doing. They're seeing that video. They're saying, you know what? I believe this actually kind of makes sense. And if the baby does come, Fresh, you need to man up. So you're gonna get. I mean, right now it's gonna be tough, right? That's why you got a lot of people who are supporting you. But future, when you see the baby and whatnot, yeah, those guys are gonna be looked at as utterly total monsters, just monsters, and rightfully so. They deserve it.
I'm not gonna keep the baby because I want to punish this or telling what's the truth. Like, I really have his baby. If I want to prove it, he can just show up and do the DNA test. Every truth will come out. But look,
yeah,
he's ignoring me. Until now, he doesn't talk to me because he knows it's the truth.
Yeah,
he knows, because I stayed with him
that
24 hours.
Did you watch that stream where they tried to debunk your allegation? All they did was play the exact same recording you put out there already.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, more scare tactics. It's just wild to me. What did you think of what the lawyer was doing? Because I knew he was. First of all, this guy, he's a chump. Okay.
He's got nothing. This lawyer.
Yeah, he could tell he was definitely trying to subtly scare you into stop talking or leave it alone, or this could turn out worse for you. And I'm saying right now, that's not the case. So just keep that in mind. It's not the case.
I understood. I'm already speaking to lawyers now.
Good.
Yeah. So things will be fine. Everything will be fine, because in the end of the day, I'm speaking the truth and I'm carrying his baby. That is the fact. No matter how much they're accusing me and spreading the rumors and, call me a bitch, call me whatever. But this is the truth. Baby is there. It's his. It's positive.
Yeah.
They are scared. They are just scared. That's why they keep shouting and doing all this emotional stuff.
Myron had a meltdown over Fresh's situation. Myron had a meltdown like he's the one that had the baby. I was surprised. I was like, why he's screaming like that? What is wrong with them? But they're scared because Myron, I don't know if he was when Fresh was defending you and he lied about the bracelet and whatnot. He says that when he bought you, he didn't buy it, but then you went half and half. You can explain that story if you want, but it's just even going at that, he lied to Myron then, because Myron asked, so you didn't.
Oh, Myron didn't know that?
Huh?
I didn't know Myron.
I didn't think Myron could have been lying, right? Again, I have to give people the benefit of the doubt, even if I hate them, right? I still like to, okay, fine, let me give you the benefit of the doubt, right? But I think Myron was lied to live, but the fact is, these guys, they don't know how to backpedal. They just double down, right? So they'll just keep lying and lying, even though it's like, yo, you're exposed, right? So they'll keep doing that. So can you explain the jewelry thing, right? So did he initially buy fake jewelry and then you called him out and then he decided, hey, I want to go half and half? How did that work out?
I even have all the proof, but I didn't post it at all because like it
You
seems
have receipts, correct?
dodgy.
You have actual receipts.
I have receipt. Yeah, I have all the receipts. I kept it, and I have all the sales contact. She
Boom.
knows because he was there with me.
Good.
I paid half. He paid half. He bought me a fake bracelet, and I went on the internet to double check that it's fake because from what I understand, I can tell it's fake already. But I just made sure that's fake so I can ask him if it's this truth. It's hurting. Like I told him I told him don't buy me fake stuff. You don't have to buy me anything. I never asked any material things when I met him. We had sex without any material thing. That was just genuine. I enjoyed so much being with him. And he bought a fake bracelet because it was on my birthday, December 7th. He texted me, said, just so you know, I got your birthday gift. I'm like, oh, wow, that's thoughtful. Thank you.
And even at that time, you didn't really expect much from him too, which makes sense.
At all, because I can get my shit like today, right now. Like I don't care. Like, but if my man treats me good, I'm happy. That just shows that he cares about me. He likes me, I don't think any woman would deny that.
No,
like reject that. Any woman would not reject a man is treating them good by buying them gifts. That's not paying. That's not paying. Yeah. So he said he bought me a gift, and then like on December 28th, that's the date I flew to Miami from New York City.
Okay.
He showed me the gift, then I wore it for 2 days because I didn't want to hurt him in the beginning, but I thought about this for 2 days. I'm like, wait, I just saw this guy, like I just met him. He bought me a fake stuff, like he doesn't see my value. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like that's bad. That's bad if he lied at the beginning. So I just wanted to see what's going on. So he told me he bought it from a dealer. So I was like, okay, maybe he doesn't know because from what I understand, like you have a good lifestyle and all this stuff. You can't just buy a fake bracelet. It's only like $5,000. It's nothing. It's not that much. And he offered to buy that birthday gift. I never asked for it.
Yeah.
I never asked for it.
My thinking is he probably thought you were naive enough to not know.
That's just stupid, though. I think he just
it is dumb. But
he doesn't have experience.
Guys like that, if they're willing to do that for a girl that relatively speaking, they just met, they've probably done that before, and they've probably gotten away with it too.
That's just new money because where I come from, I've seen this stuff all the time. Like I go shopping all the time. Like I did fashion. I was a fashion buyer before as well. Mm-hmm. I traveled to Europe to buy this stuff for my clients because the tax is expensive in China. Yeah. Like that time it was legal though, but right now it's illegal. So, yeah, I just feel like he's kind of stupid for fooling me in that way.
It was dumb. You put in a great point, right? Because again, that should have been a red flag that has stuck out to you saying, okay, maybe I should backpedal from this. But again, when you're in love, you do dumb shit, right? So yeah, that makes sense. So again, one thing that I try to explain to a lot of these guys too is because again, I come from I'm Nigerian too, so I come from a culture where you bring someone to your mom's. It's a big deal. That's probably the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with. You're bringing to your family because you want parents' approval. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the perspective I got from the screenshots you put out there and some of the interviews you've done, it seems as though when Fresh was, because it wasn't just about the having unprotected sex thing. It was about a lot of these things kind of piled on top of each other, right? Where he's telling you he loves you, he's treating you as a couple, he's basically claiming you publicly, he's having you fly down to his home country so you can meet his parents, right? These are things that you're stacking up if you're getting serious with someone, right? So in my book, just from my perspective, outside looking in, it looks like that to me because I come from that background, right? But what do you think? What was running through your mind when you were seeing all this? Where you were like, okay, I think he loves me, but all this seems too soon. What was your mentality at that time, right? Because
I went crazy. I went crazy. I was so upset and hurt because I don't believe that's the truth. That he can love me and not love me in like a week. That just that doesn't feel real, you know. I was like, that must be something wrong with him. Like maybe he have issue with his life. Maybe he has like some financial issue or like personal issues to deal. So I asked him many times. He said no.
Wow.
He just said he needs space. Like because his Instagram was down, you know, banned. So he was kind of like annoyed, you know. But his behavior is just like he's still playing the game. He didn't come home. He went out. I know Destiny said like, oh, you guys are not married. This man doesn't have to come home. You don't have to come home, but your girlfriend is at home waiting for you. At least respond the message.
Yeah.
He
And
did.
this is where I think Destiny is a total asshat when he was doing this shit too. Because one of the main things I vehemently disagree with him on is he was assuming because you mentioned a little about your lifestyle. You traveled for fashion and things like that. You purchased stuff for that stuff. So they're using that and your looks clearly as a reason that you should have known better. Right. And that's one of his biggest arguments right now is, well, look, she's a jet setter. You know, she looks like she's had experience with other men. So I therefore cannot believe that she was.
I do.
What do you have to say to that?
I do have a lot of experience, dating experiences, but I only met this good man. They treat me well, not like this idiot.
Let me ask this. Is he the first black guy you've dated, or have you dated other black guys?
I dated other black guys.
Okay. I was gonna say
they treat me extremely well.
Okay, good. Because again, the one thing that we talk about too is because they talk shit about black folks a lot, including black women, and they talk about the single mother situation with black women. And one of the biggest criticism is, well, these men are the ones making single moms out here. So I'm glad that your experience. We first experienced with wasn't that you actually ran into brothers who were actually decent and not like that. So that's good. So we're not stereotyping out here.
I'm not gonna judge all black guys because of what he did to me.
Yeah.
Because even though some of the black guys they made a lot of single mother, but at least they're taking the accountabilities.
Yeah.
But this guy is not. He's not doing anything. Okay, I'm only talking about this guy. I'm not racist. I'm not gonna say like, oh, just because he's black, this is not good. He's not taking accountability. No, it's nothing like that. I still believe, and I'm gonna still continue believing in love.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good mentality to have.
Yeah,
that really is a good mentality to have because it's like again, it's one of those things where it's easy for someone to get jaded. Especially going through this, especially if this is your first experience dealing with someone who can lie this much, like it's crazy, right? So yeah, it's hard not to feel a little jaded, but you got a good head on your shoulders. It is what it is. Now, here's the one thing I do think, right? Even though I do think Fresh is an idiot, like this is just dumb, like, what he was doing. Part of me still thinks that there's probably an element down there where he does actually care. Now, the reason why I say this is because I think that what Fresh does a lot of times is for the fans and for the cameras, right? So, for instance, when based on if he wants to accept you, claim you, or not claim you, is based on what his fans think, right? So that's why he does a lot of things publicly, but then won't hold himself to the same standards privately, if that makes sense, right? So I think that all of this, him doubling down, is some part of that whole game where his fans are calling him out. They feel as though they have no other recourse but to keep doubling down. But I think deep down, there's probably something there. Let's say moving down a year in the future, because I know on that last platform you were on with Destiny, they were asking it for a month from now. I don't think a month from now you can heal from this. It's just too soon. Even 2 months from now, I think is too soon. But let's give it a year from now and Fresh comes around. Would you be open to saying, hey, you know what? Here's your son or here's your daughter. What are your thoughts on that?
Depend how his behavior right now, because now it's not too late. If he apologize to me and tell the truth, I will accept him. I will be there.
So he's saying based off his behaviors now, but if he continues with this behavior and then like, let's say the scandal falls off and then you go on with your life and then later on when no one's paying attention, he wants to come back to your life. You're not even going to let him do that.
No.
That's interesting.
How is it interesting? That makes sense. When I needed him the most, he's not there. It's like he doesn't need to work for things, you know, like it's like, oh, this man, I don't have to go to work. I'm just gonna get all the money. He's just gonna enjoy the benefits later.
Yeah. What if because if you're going to be in the West, right, or particularly in the United States, they're probably going to mandate some kind of visitation. Maybe based off of what they're seeing right now, it's probably not a big. If he wants to not be involved, then maybe they won't mandate it. But if they do later in the future, would that be something you would still obey with, like, or abide by? If the state says, "Hey, you got to have some visitation here," would you be okay with that?
What does that mean? Like,
so like let's say, because like when the baby comes, child support, right? You got to go to family court. So if you're getting child support, let's say if Fresh decides to fight or whatever it is, and they say, okay, he has to get some visitation rights. Would you? So you're not going to play these games because
no, I'm not gonna play the game because he's baby father. He's baby father. That's that's just
as long as you're willing to do that, because I think some of the attitudes, especially women who deal with guys like Fresh, similar, but they get scorned. A lot of times they'll start playing these games with the kid. They'll start using the kid as a weapon, right? Whether the dad has visitation rights, but then they'll start playing games with that, right? So as long as you're not on that, if you're, hey, if the state says you got to be here and you're willing to do it, you're gonna stay there. That's fine. That works. But it'd be a different thing if the state mandates it and you're still trying to keep it playing. It's like that's.
I have a few things to say now, right? So I'm sure he's gonna see this video. He's not talking to me right now, so I think he has.
They hate me. They watch this all the time. They just want to put it, so they hate me. The fact that you're on here, they're probably seething right now.
He cannot make choice for himself right now because he's a child. Instead, he let his partner to speak for him and do all this stuff. He's just like hiding over there, behind like a baby.
Papa Myron.
Yeah, he's hiding behind Myron like a baby. At least Myron, at least he's a good friend. No matter how hard he going through to me, like going towards to me, but he's a good friend. So I'm just gonna say that he has choice right now. He can come out, do the DNA test, and prove it, and apologize to the audience. Then we can deal this privately. I will forgive him because he already got what he deserves. He gets the punishment, and people knows the truth.
Wow. Oh, so you're telling him now, yo, Fresh, listen, there's a chance for you right now, dude. If you want to get this offline, all right, and handle this privately, listen to what she's saying right now. Can you say that one more time?
I swear I don't want no money. I don't want to take $1 from him. I'm not going to take anything from him if he just clarify that it's his baby. He was wrong. Apologize to me on public. Delete all the bullshit he speak about me. Otherwise, he'll just wait. I have people around me right now already. I have friends that supporting me on my back. Like they were just gonna get worse. I think right now, if they're smart, just apologize. Tell the truth. It would be, I think, much easier for them.
Yeah.
Because the baby is true. It's truth. It's his baby. I think just apologize. Do the DNA test.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to pay for what? 18 years child support? Do the math. Fresh, do the math, please.
That was real talk. That's a good message. It actually proves that a lot of people wrong. Like you're still, even though you're upset, you're still willing to make amends, and all your demands are not unreasonable. They're very reasonable. Like, dude, just admit it, own up to it, stop talking trash.
I'm just telling everyone, I don't want no money, not even $1 from him. Okay.
You just want that respect.
Yes. And this is why I exposed him, because he treat me like shit. If I don't protect myself and stand out, these men are gonna torture more women. I can't.
You're right.
I just can't. I'm not that type of girl. I grew up in a single family. I had to be strong and independent.
Yeah.
He knew it. I'm not any soft woman just gonna cry behind and be silent.
That part, I don't think they knew. I definitely think the fact that you weren't silent in this situation definitely scared them. They weren't expecting that at all, right? Even the trick that they did with their lawyer, that's something I would have never expected them to do ever. But that just shows me that they're actually worried to even pull off a stunt like that. So I don't think they expected you to actually be as strong as you are. I think they expected you to just like be scared, like all these other girls they've chased off, and then just go run and hide somewhere so they can turn around and say, "Hey, see, the lady accused me, but where did she go? She's gone, right?" So I don't think they expected that from you at all. So I would that was the only thing I would disagree with you on. It's like, nope, I don't think so. I think they messed with the wrong one today. they did.
And they continue to do different defamation
Yeah.
and spreading the things that's not true, and that's not good for them because
Yeah. I
once
would
I
start
go to
recording
court,
that.
I'm gonna prove it and ask them to prove it. Okay,
Screenshot.
they don't know the story behind, and they just say anything to accuse me. So I think it's not good for them. I'm just here like I don't want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to hurt anyone in the beginning. I don't even want to hurt him because I loved him. But I'm just really helpless, and I'm actually having a lot of like this emotional moment that I feel like really upset.
Yeah.
And in here, like on the camera, I'm like still okay. I'm calm. I'm just trying to calm because I want to be principled right here. But most of these days, like it's been suffering. Like I don't sleep well because I can't just ignore everything out there.
Yeah. No, it's horrible. I think that we're gonna just end it right here. But I appreciate you actually coming on and sharing your story. Like it's good that you're doing that. It's good that at least they know that you're not just gonna let them get away with this. And I think eventually, hopefully, they're gonna come around. Especially if you go through with this Abba situation, we'll help you out with that. If you can't name the kid Abba, you got all your stuff paid for right then and there. Like seriously, you're not joking, right?
It's not a joke.
We're not joking because
I'm serious.
Shit for a long time. It's high time I'll just do it for no reason, bro. I want to see these guys at least take some form of accountability. So if anything, their followers would know and learn from their actions, not from their words or their courses they sell.
And it's okay.
Says this, but look what he's doing right now.
Yeah, and people make mistakes. They're also human beings. They can make mistakes. Just admit it. That be a man.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, you're right.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
They would say, hey, the women, listen, look, you guys, you guys got to take responsibility of the guys you let nut in you. I get it, but it also takes two to tango, so they also need to be on the same boat. All right, it makes perfect sense. But yeah, is there anything else you wanna say?
That's pretty much it, and I just want to thank you. That helped me a lot. Yeah, because I watched the entire YouTube channel. The last one, I think the last one that you were defending on me, like the whole time I was sleeping on bed and listened to this. Actually, a few hours you were defending on me. You said nothing bad about me, and you don't know me personally. I just feel like, oh my God.
Like, the thing is, I don't have to There's the thing. I don't have to know people personally. If I look at the scenario, it's just whatever is right and whatever is wrong, right? Because I could be impartial. I wouldn't say I wasn't totally unfair. I would say, I called you stupid for being with this guy, right?
That's okay. That you're saying the truth.
So I wasn't totally nice, but it was one of those things where, yeah, I mean, it's clearly obvious what they're trying to do. I mean, we know that. So I just think it's even more disgusting that they're taking this route that they're doing where they're just trying to do all this nonsense. Yeah, no, it's weird, but no, everything that it was basically based off of my observation. It was just genuinely bad. And on top of that, you're the one putting out the receipts, yet they're the ones who are playing these weird games online. So it's kind of like, well, it's easy to believe someone who's dropping the receipts and the timeline to match versus someone who's just saying, don't believe it. Who are you going to believe, me or this escort, right? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like, no, I'm gonna see what's happening over here. That's basically it. But no, it just seemed like that whole scenario, they were Fresh was on some bullshit. Right, he was on some bullshit. It was clear he was on some bullshit, and he's trying to avoid the accountability that came with the bullshit he was on. So no, he deserved to be called out. No, it was right. It was the right thing to do. Even Destiny, and the thing with Destiny is because I still have a lot of respect for him. I was just surprised the way he came after you like that because it didn't it didn't even make any sense to me. It's like, where is this coming from? It seems
Yeah,
like
I don't know him. I didn't know him until these
like
days.
he's generally speaking, he's a smart guy. He debates a lot of people here and there. This was just shocking to me. I've never actually seen him in this kind of mode, because he didn't seem like because he's even making it sound like now after Abba preaches video with you, he's trying to make it seem like, well, he gave you ample opportunities to explain your situation. But I'm like, dude, that conversation you had with her, there was no opportunities there. Matter of fact, you started talking crazy and she didn't even want to talk to you no more. What opportunities did you give her?
He was tricking me because I was like nervous or something like that. I said something stupid that's like, maybe it's not what I think. Now I think
it's the accent thing too, right? Because the way you're formulating your sentences and whatnot, you can use certain words that in America, like I'm gonna say in America, but generally in the West, English has multiple different words that mean the same thing. So it's just weird. So that you will probably say something, but you mean this, but then they're drawing a completely different interpretation from it, and that's what I gathered, right? So and I know because I'm Nigerian, so I have people who text the same way, talk the same way, is similar. I get it.
Yeah.
But anyways, Daisy, I appreciate you being here. We're still gonna keep the foot on Fresh's neck, so we're gonna have these videos out here. We're gonna keep exposing him. But I'm glad that you came out here and you talked about this. This was good. This was good. I'm hoping that if you got support out here. You got a lot of support out here. People are here to help you, especially as the stories start to go viral. More people are covering it. Even conservatives now are clowning Fresh. So it's getting bad. It's getting bad for them. That backlash is growing. It's gonna get to the point where it's not gonna look good for them. But you have support here. You're not alone. Just want you to know that.
Thank you. And one more thing, I'm actually kind of very exhausted these days. So I really wish he can just contact me and apologize. That's all. Finished.
Fresh, what are you doing, bro? Just call her. If you want this offline like you claim you do, call her and talk to her. I'm actually surprised he hasn't done that yet, especially after that Abba video. Like, yo, just do it, bro.
Because he doesn't even believe himself for having someone really truly actually loved him.
Yep.
For who he is. He doesn't believe that. He was like, why would you want to have a kid with me?
Yeah.
He doesn't believe that.
It's weird. I don't get it with these guys either. It's like, what do you of course, if she let you, what do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, and I just want to say I'm not a crazy woman. I've never been so aggressive with any man. No one I've never acted like that, and no one ever cheated on me in my previous relationship. They all treat me very well. It's just weird for me. Also happened very weird. I just felt like everything was planned from God.
Yeah,
I have to go.
You're not wrong to even think that too, because these guys use religion when it's convenient for them. So
yeah, I just have to go.
Here in this chat right now, you do have a lot of people. Even some people are super chatting. They're saying, like Lay, shout out to you. Lay says, we support you on dukendon channel. Stay strong. So yeah, you got a lot of support here. So don't think you're alone at all. Even people are clowning Destiny right now because it was clearly just wrong for him to do what he did. I don't play games. Ask the question. Oh, we already went over the Miss Asia thing. But yeah. Again, you're not an escort. We already disproved that. But we just pulled up the Miss Asia thing again. It just makes sense why people couldn't find it, because they thought, okay, we're not seeing Miss Asia. Maybe she's lying about it, or maybe Myra and them are lying about it. No, but it's all true. So yeah, Pimp Name Slipback says Destiny's a contrarian. He knows what's right. He just always like to go against the grain. So even some people are thinking he's doing this on purpose, just to be a dick.
That's okay. I'm not gonna hate on him.
Yeah, it is what it is. He's a good guy. I don't know what's wrong with him when it comes to this scenario.
I know he's been hurt by women.
Yeah, probably. That's what we speculate. I don't think he's a bad dude. But I just think, I'm the kind of guy, I don't care. Like, if I respect you, I'll still call you out. I don't care.
He doesn't know me. Well, he doesn't know me personally. If he met me, he would know I'm very nice. I'm kind.
I think so too. I think he's probably going through some shit, and maybe he just is projecting. But yeah, I was very confused on that too. But I wouldn't have you going on with the feeling that he's after you or anything like that. I think maybe if he reaches out for another interview, I would say, just
if everyone respect him, then I respect him.
Yeah, no, I respect him. So yeah, it's just
Okay.
I vehemently disagree with what his statement said, and I think he was definitely operating in the
Mhm.
wrong. But I don't think he was. But I would say if he asked for another opportunity, and that's up to you, I'd say just take the time to just clear the air and have him clear the air too, because it's just very interesting that he's going that route. But anything else you want to add, Daisy?
That's good. Thank you
No,
so much.
of
Thank
course,
you.
my
I
pleasure.
appreciate it. Bye.
Bye. Take it easy. Shout out to Daisy, man. That was great. I hope you guys got more clarification on what's going on now. Let me get through the super chats real quick because I gotta. Oh shit, I am late. I got a meeting in like 20 minutes ago. Yo, shout out to John with the 5. John says, "Oh, she bad. I know she fine." She says, "Name that kid Eric Atlas Chen. Name Abba the Godfather." Ooh. Oh, yo, listen, bro. Abba's a savage for that. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's still crazy. But Eric Atlas, where's Atlas coming from? Is that Abba's middle name or what? Where's the name Atlas coming from? I don't get it. But like a lot of y'all saying Atlas, isn't it Abba? Where's Atlas coming from? Andre Wilson with the 5 shots. He says defamation lawsuit income. Good luck, FNF. You're gonna need it. Yeah, that lawyer they brought on was just a stupid brain dead move. Like, why would you do that? KS with the 5. KS says when a bully picks on people, never got challenged. When their challenger, he or she is not ready for it, they are culturally uneducated. Yeah, and that actually translates to their fans too. They're also completely uneducated culturally. Glassy Eyes with the 5. Shout out to you. Says imagine all Walter Pass chicks having their Von Cleef Fugazi appraised now. They're probably doing that because that's what I thought. I'm like, yo, if he's willing to just give her fake jewelry, chances are he's done this with other girls who didn't bother to check, and they just like, oh, he bought me Von Cleef. But now they probably going out to check. They check, hey, he bought me fake shit too, right? Which again, bro, you're simping because that's not what you said in your game books, dog. Your little instant DM on demand bullshit, right? You're not out here in your demand on demand course saying, oh yeah, make sure you buy her $30,000 worth of bracelets or a $30,000 bracelet. That's not written anywhere in the course, but here they are doing the same thing. Make it make sense. Says Miranda is pissed and punching air right now. Miranda, better get your jewelry appraised, girl. Figure out what's going on over them Von Cleaves or whatever. I shot the lay with the $4 super chat, $5 super chat. She says, FNF are disrespectful to black women. Facts. That is undeniable. FNF also promotes men being with underage girls. That is also undeniable. Yes, they are. They have done that before. Need to make your lawyer aware of this, and they are connected to the Tates. Yeah, that's also true, Daisy. Yo, Lay, shout out to you. I wish I brought the super chat up. But yeah, Lay, yes. Daisy, if you're listening, these guys have been saying some weird shit with girls. So if the custody battle becomes a serious thing, listen, the internet's going to be their worst enemy because a lot of the shit they said, they've exposed themselves on there, like Andrew Tate. Molly C with the 10, shout out to you. She says, the baby is innocent. Yeah, true. You're absolutely right. Congratulations on your pregnancy. I pray for you to have a healthy pregnancy and childbirth. Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Daisy, you got a lot of love out here, man. You have a lot of love. You got nothing to worry about. All right. You got people ready to go. Like, listen, these guys want to level legal stuff against you. We got you. Don't worry about it. We got you over here. You got support. You got people out here that are willing to help you through certain things, understand certain things. You're not alone out here, even though Fresh wants you to believe that you're not. You got people who are supporting you. People are praying for you. People want to see the healthiness of that baby, and it seems like that we're going to see that. So, this is really good. I'm glad you guys are in support of that. Andre Wilson again with the 2 says, "Scourge of the FNF if they don't apologize." Yeah, that's another thing. All she's asking right now, Fresh, you have a time window. Call her up. If you guys are mad about her making this public, she's just giving you an out. She's just said, if you don't want this to be public no more, go ahead and call her and let's have a conversation because you haven't done the man thing and called her and talked about this. You're still ducking. This ain't preach, nigga. You got to face up to this responsibility. You can't hide from this. You can't duck this. You have to call her. All right. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. She knows that. We know that. And the lawyers she's talking to all know that. You guys, what are you doing? All right, so you're sitting there calling her gold digger, this, that, this, and the third. She just came up here and said it. Hey, listen, I'm leaving the door open. All you have to do is just talk to me, and we'll keep this private. That's it. Matter of fact, if you just did that from the get-go, this shit would never went public. It would have never went public at all. And maybe, who knows, she even said it herself, she could have probably agreed with you on not keeping the baby. But you decided to be a bullhead, and now she's doubled down just like you decided to double down. Congratulations. All right, but you got to call her, bro. I mean, stop. This is your kid, bro. Come on, Fresh. What are you? This is your kid, man. What's wrong with you? This is your kid. Come on, call her. Figure out what's going on. Like literally, it's not even just being a man. This is just call her, dude. Just take the responsibility. Call her and talk to her. Stop being scared. All right, man. This is crazy. Yo, Bendy's Blue with the 2. Shout out to you. Bendy's Blue says the best wishes for you and the baby. Yeah. Yeah, yo, okay. Daisy, you got a lot of love out here. This is good. John, shout out to you for the 2 says you should have let me and LT hop on and ask questions. Nah, we can't do that, bro. I don't want it to be like a tag thing and whatnot, like all these other platforms over here that are just getting people on to ask questions. No, we're not doing that. I think we got what we need to get. I think the basic ones have already been answered realistically, but it's just getting more of that clarification on what's going on. But I don't think with her and her stress right now, I'm not trying to have multiple people ask questions. But and John, I know how you are. Come on now. I know exactly how you are. Maybe LT I let on. Was LT in the chat? I didn't see it. But maybe LT, but John, I don't know. You were too much of a wild card. We gotta have you on and you on by yourself. You come on, it's just me and you, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen with John on the stream. We just don't know. But shout out to you. Nah. But being real talk though. That's just me being considerate. I don't want to just pressure somebody with all these other people. Nah, she came on here to have a conversation. You had the conversation. It's good for now. But that's all we need. But shout out to you though. Trending shared with the Sharice. Trending with Sharice. Shout out to you with the membership 2 months. I appreciate you. Let's get a dub in the chat for trending with Sharice. I appreciate you being here. John, this is what I mean, bro. This is exactly what I mean. See what I mean, John? You see what I'm saying? Like, well, come on, dog. She says a tag team thing. Asian girl, 3 black dudes. See what I'm saying, John? You just. This is why. Come on, John. Come on. This is why I say you a wild card. I don't know what you're gonna do, bro. I have no idea what you're capable of doing, bro. We just gonna leave that right it is, bro. Francois Guerrero with the 5. Shout out to you. Francois says, "What's crazy is that in the reel she posts both. In the reel she posts, they both look happy as fuck together. Yeah, that's why I think Fresh likes her. You know, Fresh really does deep down, but he's doing this for the fans. And honestly, he needs to just wake up because the fans, they want you, to be a part of this. They want you to be a part of this kid's life. So stop it. Get help and do what you got to do to be a man. Shout out to you guys for being here. That's pretty much the whole show. I appreciate y'all being here. It could be anywhere in the world right now, but I appreciate you spending it with me. It means a lot to me, and we're getting that much closer to the truth. Hope you guys don't fall for the propaganda these pill poppers are taking out there. And again, don't pop these pills because you will, in fact, indeed overdose on them. I appreciate y'all being here. Catch you on the next one. Peace.